Hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday, and welcome, as always, to Adventures in Asterie. Thank you so much for hanging out tonight. We are in a bit of a cluster mess right now, so thank you so much for joining us. This is going to be the third last show before we take sort of December off and regroup, and, you know, we may all come back, or we'll see how lives change over the holidays, but we got 3 more episodes to kind of sort out what's going on here. So, that's it. That's all I gotta say. Let's bring everybody on and play some gosh darn D&D! Yeah! Hello, everyone. How's it going?
Hello.
It's going good.
Great.
Going
Oh,
Got my chocolate milk.
we are drinking milk and taking names or whatever.
That mug is
Something.
Of course. So many names I've taken.
Okay, so let's do intros quick and then jump in because we got a lot to do today, I feel like. I want to, like, sort everybody out. Everybody is a hot mess right now. Let's start as always. I got my actual thing set up. So, Christina, do you want to give it to me?
Yeah, of course. Hey everyone, I am Christina, or Xtina, or Tina. You can find me pretty much across the interwebs at Greekachu, and I will be playing your wonderful Staci, who is all about coffee and is your high elf, high elf? Warlock.
Who am I? What is happening?
What's happening? Where am I? Hello everyone, I am Kat, also known as MK Skiphop. I am scared to see what happens tonight. I'm also a baboon at the moment.
Right, that's a whole thing that's happening.
And my links are in chat.
Yeah, did the thing. Yeah. Murph.
Hi, hello, I'm Murphy. I will be playing Bill. I just threw something down a well. Yeah, I'm feeling very cozy with my massive mug of tea, and that's all I have to say about that.
That's great. That's wonderful. Val.
Hi everyone, I'm Valiant, also known as Otso Spirit Bear. I'm a TTRPG performer and GM and Friday Twitch streamer. I'll be playing Zaltana Brightouched, who is a Furbolg multi-class sorcerer and wizard who is going through the motions right now, so we'll see how this goes.
Woo.
That's one way to put it.
Hi, Hope. What's going on? Nice to see you. Jem.
Alright, hello everyone, I am Jem, aka Disabled and Fab, aka Jezebel, your Eladrin, not Warlock, Sorcerer, Wild Sorcerer, starts with a W, Wild Sorcerer, Fighter, Multiclasser, who is trying to stop Zaltana from getting the thing. It's going okay. Links are all below, I do lots of things. Are things okay? Kind of. We'll see how long that lasts.
Ish.
And I am VocalOutburst. I will be playing Fernell Layethe, the not dumb, ridiculous little scamp. That's what I've decided to
Scamp.
use.
Scamp, that's a good one.
Scamp is good.
Ridiculous little
That
scamp.
is very
little
accurate.
Scamp.
Little
Very accurate.
Little rock scamp. He's
Yeah.
a little stone
Rock
scamp.
scamp!
Rock
Now
scamp.
it sounds like some yummy, like, shrimp scampi, and I want some.
Please don't eat him.
I also always forget to introduce myself. I mean, I feel like you wouldn't be here if you didn't know me in some way or another, but hello, I'm Stella. I go by Saint Stella all over the internet. You can find me doing this for 2 more Wednesdays. Ooh. And then we're going to take a break, like I said. Mondays, starting this coming week, I'm going to be playing a tiefling druid in Iowan, a homebrew continent show, and that's on D & Denial. Check that out, bunch of cool folks playing that. And then starting in December, I'll also be playing on every other Tuesday on
They're in the
Ravnos
chat.
Akron. What's up? First time chatter. I like how they tell you that. Yeah.
I
So
love that.
follow.
Nice.
Let me do the because I can. Shout out at D. Shit. Fuck.
Please stand by.
I'm getting this. I'm just gonna do it. I did it.
There we go.
Boom!
Yeah.
Static.
There
I
you
did
go.
the thing. Yeah, and
Nice.
so I'm gonna have a little more downtime in December. So if anybody else is watching and wants somebody in their, like, I don't know, holiday one shots, my birthday's also in December, so hit a person up.
Awesome.
Okay. we got a lot to say about last week.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say sort of what led up to it, and then I'd like you all to go ahead and recap exactly where you are, because to be honest, it's a lot. So, our team was at House Galea tracking down the mysterious mage Jessup, who they thought may have more information or may in fact have the mysterious stolen book from Daronia. They made their way through the crypt in House Galea, a little bit beat up by all these like undead who appear to actually have been summoned by Jessup to keep them all out. They got through a little beaten, a little bruised, finally came face to face with Jessup, who was currently trying to and just finishing a teleportation circle. They were able, it was Staci, right, who counterspelled it. Staci was able to counterspell that, and they were able to knock Jessup out. Although they're a very powerful sorcerer slash wizard, they're a sorcerer slash wizard, so they didn't have a ton of hit points, and with 6 people on them, they were able to knock Jessup out. After that happened, they decided to search Jessup's things. And on their person, Jessup had what appeared to be a blackened skull encrusted with little diamonds all over it. Zaltana, of course, was like, yoink. And she was blasted back by the power of this magical item. Didn't knock her out. She was quite hurt, though. And then a bunch of the party noticed that something about this item affected Zaltana. She really did not want to let it go. That's all we kind of know right now. Then there was a bunch of hubbub. Bill's bees took the skull. They went outside. Jessup Misty stepped away. There was like a back and forth thing with the skull. Jessup showed up again. Tried, like, it appears that they either did a quick healing spell or took a quick healing potion. They came back with not a lot of hit points. Our group knocked them out again. And then through much sort of back and forthing of this item, the last person to get a hold of it was Staci. And she went bolting in the back of House Galea. I'll bring up the map in a second. And I think I'm going to go from there, and everyone can remind me where you're at. We're in a bit of a cluster mess, like I said, with Staci bolting away with the item. Let me bring up the map, and we can try and sort ourselves out. So this is more or less House Galea. You can see, I can zoom in as we go, but I kind of want to give a big picture so you all know. House Galea is a big sort of manor house, couple floors, and a basement. On the back there is a stable. Where Bill is, let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. Where Bill is where the well is, in the back here in this little paved section. Am I doing that right? Nope, I zoomed in the wrong map. Okay, there we go. So Bill is there in the back by the well. Staci has bolted sort of up in the back over here, about 60 feet away. The rest of our peeps are sort of over here around the side of the house. Back to the back of House Galea, there's basically nothing. They're in Shorehaven, where further back, it just goes into basically a mountain range. So that's sort of where we're at. Let's maybe go around the table. I think Staci will start with you because you're alone. Pretty easy to sort out. You've darted away with a bag, right? It's the skull is inside your bag, yes?
Yes.
What's your intention right now?
She doesn't really have one other than keep it away from Zaltana. That's the intention right now, is this is a bad thing. She doesn't want her friend to jump in the well, and she's just running.
You have run about 60 feet away. I'm not going to give you any movements or anything yet. But yeah, Bill knows you have it. I don't think anybody else does. Which brings us to Bill. Bill, what are you doing?
Well, I just, with Fernell watching, dumped the bag into the well, emptied the bag into the well, and, showed him that I still had his bag. In the hopes that everyone will believe that the item is down the well. As far as what is about to happen, in kind of simultaneous with the moment of hey, I have this thing, Bill is going to cast Fog Cloud centered around the well and sprint after Staci.
Okay. Great. Let's do that.
I don't know if we're gonna do moves, but that's what's coming.
You do, like, we'll say you do that, and then we'll, like, go back into sort of, like, figuring out what immediately happens, but you do that as soon as Staci's, like, 60 feet away. I'm gonna have you actually, just real quick, roll me a quick deception check. The only person that, since you say that you did it so that people could see you, we'll just
I think I rolled for that last time.
Oh,
didn't
did
I?
you? Do you remember what you got?
I think it was fine. Like, I think it worked.
Okay, we'll just say it worked.
I don't think it was spectacular, but I don't believe I failed in convincing
I'm just nudge
them.
everybody over so that they're sort of in the realm that they could poke around the corner of the house. Okay, so that's what you're doing. Jezebel, what are you doing in this time?
So first, is Jessup still knocked out, encased in earth? Because I didn't see them on the map, and I was slightly worried about that.
I forgot to put them. They're sort of around the front of the house.
Saving throws.
Yes.
Oh, didn't we stay by them?
Right.
Because I remember I was holding all actions until Zaltana tried to bolt.
Yeah, Zaltana dropped them, sorry, and when they dropped, I remember Stella mentioning that death saving throw.
Yeah,
was...
that was the first one they failed, and
they failed one. Yes. Okay, let me put them on the back. Right. Excellent point. And then we'll keep going as I set that up. Let me know, Jezebel. So I'll put Jezebel on. What are you doing exactly? Then?
I think Jez is doing what I would do, which is extreme multitasking, trying on the one hand to make sure Zaltana doesn't go diving down the well, presumably thinks that the thing is down the well, so she's worried about that, and then also worried about, the Jessup, the mage that is now encased in earth. Don't think she would have seen Staci. Probably understands that MK is a baboon, but probably saw her in Fernell and was kind of like, okay.
Oh boy.
So we're just stressed. We're going through it, but we're stressed. She doesn't want to hurt Zaltana, obviously, or at least not lethally. So yeah, that's about where I'm at.
Okay. Great. Let's go in order then. For now, what are you doing?
Yeah. Fernell is still trying to get a hold on Zaltana. It's pretty to a person that knows that's probably in the group, they know that Fernell is half trying his best to keep all his friends together, and half I guess if we have to do what needs to be done, we kind of have to. He hates all of this, but it's not hard to see in his facial expression that he's trying to look convincing, but him holding it all together is tough.
Are you still holding Zaltana, or did that stop?
I think that stopped once I saw Bill give me the okay.
Okay.
Once I saw Bill give me the okay, I gave thumbs up.
Yeah.
Sleight of hand thumbs up, and then kind of made it seem like it wasn't oh, you're free now. It was a natural kind of just let's walk and talk, buddy.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah. Chum, Hal. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of that's what Fernell's doing. He's trying his best.
And on Fernell's back,
I'm on his shoulder, just chilling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're just kind of surveying the scene as a baboon right now.
Yeah, I mean, MK was stressing out, and when she gets stressed, she wild shapes. And I got a baboon, so I'm rolling with it.
Yeah, I mean, seems logical.
Seems
appropriate.
Yeah, logical's the right word.
Yeah, something. Great. Okay, and last but not least, by the way, you should all know Zaltana got the item for me. Not all the details, but
shenanigans.
Not obviously the history of it or what it is or anything, but what its actual effects are currently. So
she doesn't look as excited this time.
It's a little more clear as to what's happening. So Zaltana, Fernell has let you go. It looks like if you kind of poke around the corner to you, Bill has dumped the skull down the well, but then all of a sudden,
this is so bad.
A big fog cloud happens. I'm going to start with you because I feel like it makes sense. What do you want to do?
Zaltana's very conflicted right now. I think that'd be very consistent with her characters. That this is a very confusing, very conflicting thing. And in light of what everyone is saying to her, I think she's battling between her logic and her instinct, and almost like the primality of requiring this item. And you kind of hear Zaltana kind of like whimper as she runs towards this area of fog, and almost like she's like fighting back tears as she says, I just need this item so it can just stop.
You can go ahead
I
and
run after
running.
her and try and
Same.
grab her again.
Alright, I mean,
Can I cast-
do I keep moving my full distance, or do I wait?
We'll do contested dex for this one, because I feel like it's a
Alright.
matter of just trying to like grab her before she runs.
Yep, makes perfect sense.
I drew my fog cloud radius
Oh, perfect. Thank you.
thing on there. It's a 40-foot diameter
Perfect.
circle.
Okay.
Sphere, I guess. Not a flat circle.
That's okay.
All right.
I rolled a 15.
Okay, that's pretty good.
16 on the die, +1.
Okay, so Zaltana, you can take
Sorry.
about half your movement, and Fernell grabs you again.
What is even half my movement?
I'm-
Sorry, I played a really slow character before this, and I'm trying to
15?
Probably 15. I think you got 30
Yeah,
because you're
so-
large.
Yeah, so 15. Yeah, I did move 15. So that I'm there now.
All
I want
no,
you to
wait,
also-
hold on,
You
don't
just-
do that. No,
you
bad
you can
Zaltana.
you can feel her like heaving, like she is sobbing, and truly struggle, like she's struggling against your grip, and you hear her like muttering this like, I just need it so it can stop. I just need it so it can stop.
I'm going to have you also roll me a persuasion check, Zaltana. The DC is going to be, Fernell, your flat intelligence.
Oh wow.
Oh, actually, my persuasion is okay.
Okay.
Let's see.
Shit.
Oh god.
Yeah, it's just.
Can I help since I'm there?
Which side are you helping, though?
What, Elias? Don't give me that face. Come on.
For now.
Okay.
What are you saying?
So do
You
I?
guys
So
on
do
your
I get
toes.
advantage? Is that an assist?
Well, I really, because this is literally kind of between, it feels like it's a big moment between Fernell and Zaltana.
Yes,
I
it
kind of want to know specifically, MK, how you think you can help in this moment.
I feel like just to kind of help for now, like,
Back
focus.
upside down.
Almost whack! No.
Because it's not a
Um,
physical thing right now. This is a persuasion.
Yeah, no.
moment, yeah.
Honestly, just to kind of, I feel like I would put my little paw on his head and just like tap him, like, you got this.
I
feel like-
don't know what sounds that game makes.
Yeah, my like frantic panic has now gone to like a
Yeah, like,
kind
oh,
of
oh, okay.
collected decision making.
Okay,
like,
I'll let you roll with advantage. Go ahead.
Thank you. My first roll was a 9.
Okay.
Woo!
I have no modifier. My second roll was a 16 though.
Okay. What was
So-
your
I rolled a
persuasion?
12.
Damn it. Okay.
Ooh, okay, I needed that
Plus
though.
6.
But I needed
I have
that.
a plus 6.
I needed that though.
You're stuck there being held for the moment. While we're just in this section, because we've gone through everybody, now I'm going to roll another death save for Jessup. That's a natural 6, so 1 fail, 1 save. I'm going to have everybody who's here, not Bill or Staci, roll me a quick, I'm going to say straight intelligence?
Damn it.
Oh, now you're fine.
I don't know why that made me laugh so much. 15 for me.
18.
Even as a monkey.
Okay.
Monkey is smarter than
14.
me.
14 for me.
Okay.
Why to
I'm
use my
fucked.
stat still?
Okay, fucked.
Not bad.
So basically, Zaltana, you realize if you let Jessup die here, you're not getting answers.
Let him die.
Do I need more conflict right now?
You do. Let's go.
Yep.
You could always just tell MK, like, hey, MK.
Jezebel, do you want to do anything over here at the moment? Or do you want to go towards the fog cloud? Do you want to...
Yeah, so I'm kind of oblivious. I was preparing to lightning lasso Zaltana if it came to that, just based on the running. I think Jezzy trusts Bill enough to, like, get the thing done, so she's probably assumed that that's fine, so the idea would be to keep Zaltana from going to the well. So I'm just gonna move a little bit to put myself more in between. Can we cut through this?
Yeah, that's just
stable,
old...
or is it?
Yeah, it's just like a vegetable garden that has just recently, you can see, been turned over for the season.
So I will just move to, like, half my movement, so right to the edge of this fence here, just in case she tries to bolt, so I can, like, cut her off more effectively.
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't think there's anything else, like, immediately needed.
Okay, Bill, you've done your fog cloud. It's happening.
Yeah.
What do you want to do?
I want to go catch up with Staci.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, no, crap. I just made another circle that I didn't need to make. Please delete that, DM.
Delete it.
Thank you. I don't know how. Okay, can I catch her?
Yeah, you can go move your 60. Staci, here's a question. Would you have waited?
No, I mean, she didn't know I was coming.
Well, once you saw the fog cloud go up.
Oh, I guess.
Well, so here's Staci's stuff, because she's kind of smart, right? So she's like thinking at this point, do I keep running into the mountains, or do I try to duck behind these trees and make it seem like, oh, I got spooked by something at the well and I ran into the trees instead? I'm running towards the mountains very obviously. What I'm kind of struggling with right now as Staci is which of those two things would she keep doing?
Yeah, like if we ran more like to the northwest of this page, would that give us a tiny bit of cover because they're around the house right now?
Yeah, so the northwest is a little bit more of just a forest. The northeast heads into the mountains.
I think we should go for the forest.
Like, I think Staci, like, eyeing everything as she starts bolting, like, will catch the forest on her left and then have started taking, like, a sharp detour this direction.
Great. So you can go ahead and move your 60 feet that way. And Bill, you...
Back where I was.
Honestly, the second you leave the fog cloud, this is just field. You would see her. So you can chase after her. The people on the other side of the house would not at the moment because they're on the other side of the house.
Great.
But probably would if they start moving around. Okay. We're kind of at a standstill here. If Fernell's not letting go, we're at a standstill until something happens. Would you run straight until you get to the trees, Bill and Staci?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Staci would kind of eye Bill and be like, "Are we going? Are we keeping running? Should we go?"
Yeah, there is like you, me, there, beeline.
Okay. Now, are any of you doing anything else? I'm gonna roll another death save in a second, unless you're doing anything in the moment.
Zaltana would probably be... I think she's just in so much desperation right now. Like, she is not handling this at all. You see that, like, rainbow fluorite pulsing around her. She's not dealing with this well at all. And you hear her kind of, like, yelling different things, like, please, I just need to hold it so it'll stop. Jessup is dying. We need to stop Jessup from dying. And she's just like muttering and swinging between these two things. So she has now communicated that, but she's stuck here. So that is.
Fernell, at any point, would you do anything? Something's gonna have to happen. This is sort of like at this point we're later in the afternoon. You're gonna have to move from this spot eventually. So if you think you wait there for like an hour and you just sort of hold on to her, we can say that happens and then we're gonna move off to see what Staci and Bill are doing. But if you, this is the true roleplay moment for y'all. Zaltana is basically begging you to say, just let me have the thing and everything will be fine. Also, please don't let this mage die. And Jezebel and MK, you're there too, so.
I tap MK on my shoulder, and I kind of whisper in a way that Zaltana can't hear.
Not paying attention.
Go check up on Jessup. I will take care of this.
I will nod and I'll hop down and go. I have 0 spells now, so all I can do is medicine check.
You can medicine check, but you'd have to drop baboon form.
Yeah, I would.
Okay.
Literally as I leap off, just for flavor, I form back into MK.
Nice.
Yeah, you can go ahead and roll me a medicine check to stabilize them.
Alright.
like a cover of an Animorphs book.
Yes.
Right.
That's how I feel.
Yes.
Uh,
I love
these
making
references.
that
14.
Animorphs campaign.
The DC is 15 to stabilize, so you can't do it just yet. I'm gonna roll one more death save. That's a 9. That's 2 fails, 1 save.
Oh god. Oh, no pressure.
We'll
no
do,
pressure.
one more thing in the moment, and you'll get another check.
Can I like briefly look back to see, like, does it look like they're doing pretty bad?
Yes.
If you go, I can cover Zaltana because Jezzy knows nothing about magic and probably hasn't thought about them. But she does know about
a medicine
people
check.
going through withdrawals. I know.
Yeah.
But just character-wise.
Yeah.
I'm not. No, I shouldn't do medicine. Zaltana should do medicine. I look to Zaltana and I'm like, hey, you want to help Jessup, right? Right? Yeah. We can go back. Just maybe we can help Jessup a little bit. Just kind of take our mind off this whole thing, and maybe helping somebody will bring us all back to our roots as just a nice heroic group of people trying to do the right thing.
I think that sounds like a persuasion check. I think.
Well, yeah. I mean, so. I
I'm
want to
for
know
it.
what you're trying to do here. Are you genuinely trying to convince Zaltana to help Jessup? Because if you have ulterior motives, it's going to be like more of a deception thing.
It's definitely not an ulterior motive. This is both in the best interest. This is in the best interest of getting Zaltana away from the two of them going to the forest and the mountains, and also making sure Jessup doesn't die.
Okay.
So,
do you feel like you need to be persuaded, Zaltana?
Yeah.
I think because of just her state of mind, I think so.
Okay.
Totally fair. Yeah.
Go ahead. Persuasion check. I think this is just like a DC 15 because you kind of want to help them anyway.
DC 15?
It's pretty low.
14. I got a 14 total. That was a 12 on the die plus 2.
Looks like you're going to have to offer something.
Kiss. Kiss her! Kiss her!
She's not gonna run if you let go.
Doesn't feel like the best moment, you know?
It's
because that's what I was thinking.
I'll say this. Does it look like Zaltana is in a state where she would be expecting a kiss?
Absolutely.
I just want to.
Absolutely not. She
absolutely
is.
Not.
Absolutely not.
Then I'm sorry to not appease the masses. I'm not going that route.
Fair.
But and yeah. But Fernell will say, I know.
Having a breakdown doesn't seem the best time.
I also don't think that's the best. Like, I think Fernell is looking at that from a face value point of view, and just like, why would anyone want to do that?
Her ears are like flailing about. Her eyes are darting around. She's breathing heavily. No.
I'm gonna see you as a dog that wants to go walking while I don't, or like sees another dog down the street or something, like trying to like pull away from me.
Yes.
I'm just gonna raw dog it. I'm gonna strength check my way and drag her to Jessup.
Okay.
Oh my god.
If that's okay.
I mean,
well, you're stronger than her, so
yeah,
I am.
And
which is why I'm doing that.
Far to go. You're like, 10 feet away. I'm gonna say that just happens. If you're trying to do anything much more dramatic, we would do a contested moment. But like, you both kind of like, drag over.
So I say that. I see that it's not. I see that what I say is not convincing. I'm just like, okay, hold on. Just come on, and I grab her. I grab her and like
soaking wet, like she's
like ragdoll style over the shoulder, like really tight. And I no strength check or strength check. What are we doing?
No, that's fine. Like I think we know you're much stronger, so to drag you like 10 feet, it's not
I am the equivalent of rolled up carpet for you.
Yeah.
And then as politely
visual of you doing a fireman carry on a 7'2" Firbolg.
I mean, hey, that's what us stone guys do.
Just raw dog.
This is request for fan art.
Yeah.
Oh god,
Put
yeah,
justification
basically.
there.
Jin raw
It's-
dogging
yeah.
it.
And okay, so as gently as he can, he's gonna try and lay Zaltana on the ground, still like in a grappled like state, like kind of just like holding your shoulders right in front of Jessup's like unconscious body. I say, okay, you are better at this than me or MK is, and
Hey!
I think you could. Well, I don't.
MK's a cleric, you know.
I'm just like, I whisper over, it's just like, to be fair, I don't think you're doing that good of a job. I thought they'd be up by now. I'm sorry, I'm stressed out. I'm stressed.
What is all this?
I'm stressed.
Okay, two
I
things
didn't mean it. I
happen.
didn't mean it to be mean.
Can I hear this?
With
probably.
this, I think I don't think Zaltana would need a persuasion to
When
actually
did
help this
Fernell
time
become a
because
bully?
I'm sorry.
Okay.
He's stressed.
Zaltana, roll me a medicine check. This is chaos.
Sure.
What did you
Destabilized.
expect?
Very
Medicine.
confused.
You're better than all of us with medicine.
okay, natural 19 on the die plus
Yeah.
22.
problem. You have stabilized Jessup. They have 1 hit point, but I'm gonna say that they are still sort of basically unconscious. They are not conscious enough to do any magic or anything. They're like out of it.
You hear Zaltana say, "Quick, before they cast a spell!
They're not gonna cast
you
a spell. Then I like now I kind of move her like a few feet away, not the full 5, but just like a few feet, just to kind of give them a bit more space. And I'm just like, they're not gonna cast a spell. It's okay. Just keep breathing, deep breaths. Okay, everyone's gonna be okay. Deep breaths. Inhale and exhale. Yeah. Just really calculated breaths.
really bad.
I look
not
over to
doing it well.
MK, and as stealthily as I can, try to.
I'm doing the deep breath.
Well, okay.
I'm the baby. I need to be calm.
I like mouth and kind of finger point in the direction of Bill and Staci, and I'm just like, find them.
To MK?
Both of them.
Are you talking to
MK?
Okay.
To MK. I know you're still in the vicinity.
I have no
But,
idea what's happening. I don't think I heard anything, so I just saw you lift her up.
No, this is purely to MK. Just like,
Okay.
find Bill and Staci. Go.
Jezebel's just witnessing a Bollywood movie in
Pretty
full
much.
in front of her.
Wild.
We'll have to start singing.
If Fernell says that to me, I'm gonna concentrate on trying to wild shape on my own.
Okay.
Mm.
That'll be your second of the day, right? You
Yep.
did 2, correct? Okay, yeah, no problem.
Yep.
So this one you can just do,
Okay.
right?
I'm gonna do just a horse, like straight
Nice.
up,
Okay.
full on,
Yeah.
booking it, and I am gonna neigh at both of them and make a gesture like, and then I'm gonna flee.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, find the
Forward.
group. You go, and I'll stay here. Okay. Yeah, deep breaths.
So I'm
right?
gonna leave
Inhale and exhale.
you all there for a second.
Yeah,
I'm
we're
gonna try
good,
and pull
we're
up a
good.
horse. Well, I don't need to pull up a horse. You'll just be MK. MK, you're a horse.
Yeah, that's
It's
fine.
I'll
I'll put the little snail just so like I know I'm an animal.
sure, yeah, perfect. And then you can start taking your full movement. That probably took like 3 or 4 minutes. So by this time, Bill and
60
Staci are like far. I would say go ahead and move 120 feet. Bill and Staci, you are close to like the top corner of the map. So let's just say I'm gonna let Bill and Staci just talk it out for a few
Like,
minutes, figure out what
over
they're doing.
here.
And I'll
Yeah.
let you know when you can get to them. And unless
Okay.
Bill and Staci were being super stealthy, you'll be able to find them. Do you think the two
Okay.
of you were being at all like trying to hide your tracks or anything?
Yeah, they're 200 feet away from me now.
Great.
So
I think
Yeah, no,
Sasha
I don't
was
think
pretty
it would have
good,
been
like,
super
Yeah.
stealthy, if only
No.
because, like, if they saw around the house and through the fog cloud, then we were made. Like,
Yeah.
Right.
either we were or we weren't.
Okay. Yeah, I would.
Staci's treating this fully like a sorority capture the flag moment. Like she's just like running.
Okay, so you boot off towards sort of like the edge of the forest over here. Once you're sort of in these trees, you wouldn't really be seen, but I think that MK, maybe with a bit of time, so like maybe 5 minutes from now would find you. So we're just going to give you a few minutes to talk out what you're doing over here.
We're having a picnic in the forest.
Lovely. It's the next day. It's a little
Making
cold.
coffee.
Yeah, it's coffee and honey, as far as the eye can see.
That reminds me, actually, right before we do this, we need to settle something that happened last week. Staci passed Zaltana her talisman to have a +4 on a save. Like,
oh my
God. In the chaos of last week. So I just need to ask real quick, do you think Zaltana would have held on to this coffee cup?
Probably,
Or do you think
yeah.
it's just on the floor somewhere at this point?
No, she would have held it. She's not that mean.
Okay.
Not as mean as Fernell.
So just know that that's one of Staci's talismans. So, and you have it now. Just saying.
Okay, understood. Would love to have a sleep.
Yep. Everybody
I know.
would.
I need a rest so bad.
No, we're all allowed to rest. Zaltana is not allowed to rest. She's not allowed getting her spells back.
There are good things with nothing. No.
Yeah, if she
spoilers
rests,
from
she can
me.
try.
Okay, so you're in this corner. Staci, you've got this thing in this bag. What are you two talking about?
It's Staci, what are we doing?
Well, you're the adult. What are we supposed to do?
I don't know. You know magic way better than I do. Can this thing be destroyed? Can we hit it with a hammer? Can we throw it into some lava? What do we need to do?
That being said, I'm actually going to have everybody do this except for Zaltana. Just real quick, roll me everybody an Arcana check. While you get a moment to chill and think, see if you can have any like thoughts about these kind of items. Or you can do
There are
history.
thoughts happening with Zaltana.
Yeah, you could do history or Arcana, all of you.
Either one is the
I can
same.
do history?
But 16 for Fernell.
16? That's not bad.
16.
Okay.
Not bad, yeah.
17.
17?
He's learning magic as we...
7 again.
Oh my
I
god.
get the craziest rolls with history. 28.
Woo!
You know the whole world. No. Okay. So I would say those who rolled sort of between 15 and 20, you've never come into contact with anything like this, but there are rumors in the world. I think we might have mentioned this a little bit in passing last week, but it was such chaos, I'm going to remind you. You know that items like this in Asterie, not in the whole like world, but definitely on the continent of Asterie, are incredibly rare. Magical items like this would have, been kept sort of deep under lock and key. The only things you've read about stuff like this is that anything that has to do with like enthralling and stuff is really bad. You feel like this is something like that. You don't super know, but you can kind of guess that something like a greater restoration would likely help in this case. With a 28. What can I tell you about this? Okay, you could tell that this has a very, very magical hold on Zaltana, but you can also tell by what she was doing that she's not about to like kill any of you for it. She's still her. It's still Zaltana. She just really wants this item, and it feels like worst comes to worst, it's better to like maybe give it to her and then deal with the repercussions than keep this thing, like keep grinding each other into the dirt type of thing. You know that these magical items are powerful, but it doesn't seem like this is one that's going to lead anybody to like killing anybody or anything. It's not that wild. I would say with a 28.
Okay.
Does that 28 get her to like know what the hell it does?
It feels like it's an enthrall that Zaltana super wants it. I would say with a 28. Oh, okay, with a 28. You two up here, by the way, Staci and Bill, you don't know this. You don't hear this. MK, you would probably share this with the people around you, maybe. But you know that, or it seems that this magical item, like I said, casts this weird sort of like shadow around Zaltana that made her seem like a little bit, for lack of a better word, like grosser and scarier.
Okay.
And a little bit like, felt like shadow was clinging to her a little bit. Felt like that was like part of the effects of this.
Okay.
We don't know what it does.
That's kind of what it does.
Yeah,
I mean,
it essentially enthralls her.
Yeah.
But its whole purpose is just to enthrall her, not to get her to do something with that enthrall. Like, it's just the novelty of it.
You haven't seen it put to effect yet. Let me
Yeah, we
just
haven't
say.
really gotten to see it work. That's the problem.
Had it all of like an hour, so that's
Although
fair.
Jessup had it, right?
Yeah.
So
Presumably they would either do something with it, or they're just like Zaltana and touched it and then was like, well,
yeah.
gotta keep it on me.
Okay.
Although I would assume the former.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Okay, Bill and Staci, sorry. What were you saying to each other?
Well, I mean, like, this item is obviously magical and bad in some way, but I mean, I don't really know anything about it. You know, magic items are hard to destroy, but I don't know, Bill. I don't.
Do you think that maybe MK knows someone in Shorehaven that could tell us what it is, or like could take it from us? It creeps me out. It gives me the fucking creeps, and I don't want to see it anymore.
That's a mood. Yeah, I agree with that. It's a big mood.
That's a mood!
Staci, we make a
Same
good team.
bestie!
But I don't know if MK would know anything. I mean, we can ask her if we see her again. Are we gonna keep going in the forest? Or are we gonna try to meet up with the others? I don't really know what the plan is from here. I just figured it'd be good to start running in case it did anything. I didn't really want Zaltana to jump down the well.
I mean, she might still jump down the well, but...
That's true.
Okay, we stayed at a place last night, so we have a place that if we need to meet up with the rest of the crew, we can go there, and presumably we will run into them at some point in time. Yeah? Do you think we could go?
So.
Do you think we could go kind of stealthily through this forest back to Shorehaven? Does that sound like a decent idea?
I mean, but how would they know that we ended up at the place we were at? Do we just
Well,
leave a
mainly
note
because
attached
we
to a
don't-
tree?
We don't know anywhere else in town. That's the only place we know. It's the only place we could meet.
Yeah, I mean, I guess so. But do you think we should help them help Jessa? Because that seemed like a problem too, and I don't know if that's a good thing to leave them in front of the house, Ed. Do you think the others can take care of it? I mean, I'm fine just going to the place if you think that they'll handle that.
I feel like they got it under control.
Okay.
Okay, wait. Another idea. What about the ladies of the house? Do we give it back to them? It
I
is.
don't even know if they knew it was down there. They didn't know what Jessup was up to.
No, that's true. Oh yeah,
I
it's
didn't
not
know
theirs.
Jessup
It's
was down
Jessup's.
there.
I thought it belonged to the house. Okay. Well, we are no further along than we were when we started. Fuck.
If you're just kind of here chatting, I would say MK, you can ride up.
Nay!
Yay!
Spirit runs towards them.
There's just a horse
Barrel
running at
into
y'all,
my
just so you
own.
know.
I feel like it's a horse, but like I feel like it has a little flavor of MK. Like maybe has like, I don't know, a cute like mint blue mane or something. That's very
Cute.
obviously not
Just a horse.
legit,
Regular
just random
horse?
horse in the
Yeah,
woods.
where are you? You can bring yourself up to them.
Okay.
I, like lost you somewhere in there.
Yeah, if I finally see them, I will just like, as I'm like full speed coming at them, I'll like unwild shape. And kind of do like a somersault.
A different animal cover.
I found you.
Good job.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well,
I'm so
Mara
proud
was
of you.
standing in the forest yelling at each other about what to do.
I would
We're
be able to
being
come
very
get
sneaky,
you.
but Good job.
What are you guys doing? Why am I talking like Staci?
No idea what to do with this thing.
What are you
Although we
guys
can't
doing?
agree, it's creepy, and that's a mood.
I mean, it is a mood.
Mood.
So, I've been thinking about it on my run here, and So Jessup's stable, but not looking great. Second thing is, I think it might be better if we just let Zaltana have this. I thought about it, and I think it's just kind of, I don't know, calling to her. I don't think it's really gonna do much. And then we can deal with it, but at least it's more in our control then. I don't know.
I am.
I'm also just really, really tired.
Yeah, I'm also tired. Just so tired.
It's been a day.
Eat coffee soon.
Feels like it's been
coffee
5
sounds
days.
good. I could go for an angry badger.
Honestly, right now I could go for an angry badger, and I hate
Right?
that shit.
Hey, you said you like them.
I know. I'm sorry, hon. It's bad. I'll drink them, but it's bad.
Oh, okay. I'll work on the recipe.
Hmm?
Why is everyone being so mean to me?
I
MK,
thought I
for
was
what it's
being
worth,
nice.
for what it's worth, the Angry Badger was probably one of my top 5 favorite drinks ever, next to like the top 4 being like all coffee.
Oh,
It's just an acquired taste.
that's
That's
a nice way of putting it. That sucks, Bill.
Wow.
You do have a -2 to charisma.
Also true.
Okay.
So I think we should go back with the group.
I feel like that is a weird 180, but I don't have any other suggestions.
Well, what were you guys thinking?
Finding some lava to hook it in.
There's no lava. We're by the ocean.
Yeah, I know.
There's
Lord of the
mountain ranges,
Ringsing
right?
this.
How did the mountains form?
we need to drop the ring.
One does not simply just. Never mind.
My precious.
One
That was
more.
terrifying.
What if I just throw it real hard into these woods? Would that do? Would...
Like, just like
Wait, what?
it's calling to her. So eventually she'll find it, right?
I guess. Okay. I guess we bring
Your
it
bird
back.
finds it, and then we have an evil bird.
I think if we found someone that could, as the evil bird comes,
So long as the
Um,
evil bird isn't 7'2", I think I'd be fine with that.
And has spell.
yeah, me too. At least I could go for a fly. Anyway, I think it might be good if we find someone that can do lesser restoration. Maybe my parents can.
Greater restoration.
Greater restoration!
Great. I mean, I need a nap.
Yeah, I mean,
Said
if your
lesser
parents can
restoration.
help, then we can go there.
Do you think we can
I mean-
regroup at your parents' house?
Maybe. I don't know.
Hmm.
They don't know I'm here, to be completely fair.
Huh. We could talk about that later.
I mean, there's nothing to it. I could tell them I'm here, but
Also,
It's
we
just
need to go
kinda-
talk to those ladies. The
I
married
think the
ones.
longer we leave Zaltana in her state, the more Fernell is probably losing his mind.
Has he kissed her yet?
No, I thought he was about to.
Damn.
Why would
It
he
was
kiss
so
her?
close,
This is the
so
worst time
close.
ever. Zaltana's having like a bad mood energy time right now. This is not a good time for that guy.
I don't
You know-
disagree with
But
you,
you know,
but
like,
that...
have you guys ever seen those like plays where, like, the guy just like grabs the girl and they like distracts her, and it's just like a magical moment? I thought it was gonna be that, but Fernell let me down. He also yelled at me.
Staci, I agree with you. I don't think it is the right time, but that boy does some foolishness. And that's kind of what I was banking on.
That's fair. That's valid. That's valid.
Okay,
I don't know
okay.
much about Fernell
The
yet,
tall one
but-
can have her skull back, I guess.
Yeah, let's go.
Ugh. Can we
Okay.
can we ride you back?
I'm already
Well,
out of horse mode.
Oh, damn
It's,
it.
it's just a halfling you're talking to right now.
Yeah.
Damn it.
I also move
Right.
really slow.
So, probably not.
Me and my little 25-foot movement.
But you're only a few minutes away, like, jogging back. You jog back. Everybody is... I'm going to switch out of the map right now. We'll go back if we need it, but I feel like everybody's now gathered back around the house. So you are all It's kind of side of the house. Jessup is like conscious but barely. It's around 4 o'clock in the afternoon. You imagine your best guess. So the women of House Galea are over at the Bounty's End. But you imagine the longest brunch ever. They said they'd wait there for you, but you imagine like come nightfall, they're gonna come home and figure out what the heck's going on.
Hey, this could be a really long brunch.
Yeah, I mean, they said they'd wait for you there, so it's fine. They're chilling. You're down in the crypt, and they you persuaded them. So, but in a couple hours or so, presumably they're gonna come home. So, what do you want to do with Jessup's semi-conscious body, slash a sort of magical item, slash you come back? Do you hand the bag to Zaltana?
I have a question. I have an out-of-character question for the people who are doing the wanting. Has anyone investigated the well? Like, as far as everyone knows, it's in the well.
That's true.
Because we've been a little busy.
Well, yeah. I mean, Fernell, to my understanding, was just holding on to Zaltana the whole time. So, if
Zaltana's just weeping.
If Fernell never let her go, then no.
Conscious is Jessup?
What's that?
How conscious is Jessup?
1 hit point, but right now we're just gonna say they're not. They've been knocked out twice today. They're like 300 years old. They can't do anything at the moment.
Yeah.
Okay,
Out of character reminder for everybody. Zaltana has all of Jessup's component.
No, I wasn't worried about that.
Just for everyone else to know, just in case.
Jess is kind of mercenary-minded, so I think she would have probably thought, based on how Zaltana was acting, that Jess would probably tell us whatever we wanted if we offered them a skull back, whether that's true or not. So, if we want to do an interrogation, I'm just saying that is an option. And that works whether or not the thing is in the well. Just saying, that's an option.
Everyone comes back together. You see the three of them.
You see Fernell on the floor, like kind of crisscross applesauce with Zaltana right next to her.
Zaltana is just literally just like full weeping into her hands, leaning against Fernell. She is not functioning.
Fernell was trying to stay awake.
I'm stress smoking against a wall. But other than that, fine. I got spell slots. I got hit points. I have fire spells.
Yeah, we're ready to go.
I'm not gonna show any emotional distress unless, like, someone I care about is actively dying, which she's not.
Right.
Inside she is.
Jessie is very worried, but she's holding it together because these two are collapsing, and when you're that person, you can't collapse when everyone else has already collapsed. Yeah. Somebody has to look like they're okay. So, stress smoking.
You're all back together. Jessup's unconscious on the floor. Zaltana and Fernell are sitting on the floor. Fernell keeping like at least one hand on her shoulder the whole time. Everyone comes back. What happens?
I'm going to look at Staci and Bill and be like, can I try something with it?
I don't have it. Go nuts. I got no say.
Relax, Vocal. I see that look.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm like, I have it in the satchel and everything. I'm gonna kind of call over to I feel like I would be, I don't know, a little bit away from Jessup, like kind of on the side of the farm, I guess. And just kind of be like, Fernell, bring her over here.
Oh, okay. Okay, here we go, Zaltana. Okay, here we go. And I carry her like kind of like cradle princess baby style. And I just bring her over.
Oh my god.
Princess baby is my new aesthetic. Wow.
I'm gonna do a little strength check on that one.
Sure.
Because that's like, sort of like half carry, sure, but full on princess
my
carry
best stat
is a lot.
Like, followed by its name, Cradle Princess Baby.
So you see, I'll describe it for you.
Please.
So you see Fernell like stand up and like grab like the edge of Zaltana and like he lifts her off the ground, but then like completely like falls over right onto Jessup.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
No.
So
you
now
got a
it's
nat
like
one,
Jessup
didn't you?
on the ground,
Fernell has
me on top of
advantage.
Jessup, and Zaltana on top of me, as we've all fallen over. I rolled a 1.
Okay.
I
so
knew it.
I,
You do have an advantage from
Yeah,
chat.
You do have an
Yeah.
advantage.
I have
from
advantage.
chat.
Well,
Just
not
now.
for that roll.
Okay.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Jessup
That's
goes
very
unconscious
kind.
again. I'm gonna death save again.
Oh, God damn it.
Zaltana, you have a moment to run if you want to.
Shit!
You said it.
I did, but fuck.
I'm gonna tell
unconscious.
Zaltana to come over.
MK's
Okay,
holding the bag
Zaltana.
for a moment.
Yep.
You're
Okay.
right.
If MK's making herself known, Zaltana doesn't even run.
Mhm.
She's hobbled.
Mhm.
Like each step she's taking is hurting her. And do you give her?
I'm gonna like sit down and be like, listen, Zaltana,
She's on her knees.
I've known you for like what? Good like week? Half a week? I don't know. I've lost track of time. Anyway, I trust you. But if anything bad happens, I will punch you out and I'm gonna give her the skull.
Do I see that exchange? Like physical exchange?
Yeah,
You
but just a
take
second.
it
I
up.
want to see what Zaltana's reaction to this.
She grabs the skull from MK's hands and just places her forehead against the skull, her hand shaking, and just weeps as she just goes into herself and weeps over the skull.
I'm just gonna sit with my arm around her.
Go all.
Go ahead for now. What were you going to say? Yes, you do see that.
And Zaltana's just hunched over, crying, weeping. That between the whimpers, you just kind of hear her go.
It's okay.
All that for nothing?
For nothing!
Okay.
Yup.
He picks himself up, gives a little like just a he kicks Jessup.
That's
yeah.
one death save.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Yeah, like
And
And mage so much.
yep, that's the
This
cost of that
poor-
decision.
Poor
And
mage.
and he walks over. He starts to walk over to Zaltana and MK.
Bill walks away. Bill is not pleased with this turn of events.
Yep.
Bill just walks off. He needs some alone time. Oh
And
no,
once-
not before
yeah,
leaning
go
over
ahead.
to Staci and being like, this is not gonna end well. And like
Hallie-
walk off.
Flask
I
after
walk-
kicking the wall.
Yeah. I want to walk over to MK and confront this.
Yeah.
And so for now,
literally tell you everything that I remembered, and
so Fernell comes to you, exhausted, like eye twitching, and just like, we spent last hour. It's been about an hour, maybe probably
Yeah,
more.
or probably about almost 2.
We spent the last 2 hours trying to make sure Zaltana didn't have the skull. After I said initially, it's probably fine if she wants to have the scroll. And then you give her the scroll. And it's fine?
In the background, Zaltana hunched over, weeping.
Bill's probably like 20 feet away, throws his hand in, and apparently it's fine!
Apparently it's fine!
It's fine!
I think fine is subjective. I don't know if I'd call that fine.
I just
but,
think
you
it's not
know.
immediate. We're all gonna burn up and die.
With eventual, we're all gonna burn up and die.
Yeah,
Ooh.
exactly. Thank you, Bill.
Did you just kick them? Is that what I saw when you were walking over here? That's a problem.
Yeah, I was mad!
Kick a wall! We gotta
I was-
interrogate them!
I was mad, so I kicked I'm
I'm
Well,
also mad!
That's happening while they're yelling, clearly within Zaltana's earshot, who's already feeling pretty shit about herself right now. She is going to crawl towards Jessup, stabilize. She's tucked the skull away onto her person. She is going to medicine check and try to stabilize Jessup, tie them up, and gag them with her scarf.
Give me a DC 15 medicine check.
Exactly 15.
Perfect. They're stabilized again. Bound and gagged. If nobody hits them again, this poor
He just
old
kind of like
lady.
holding
MK.
Jessup's
Fernell's
ropes,
pissed.
placing them against the wall.
I want
And
to kick
just-
him so bad. I want to run back and kick him. I'm not going to.
I did
And
it for the
she
both of us,
just-
Bill.
She
I
just-
think it felt good.
leans against a wheelbarrow. I assume that's a wheelbarrow.
It is a
I'm gonna say that's
wheelbarrow.
that is a wheel. She's tucked Jessup. I'm gonna move Jessup right to that wall,
We can move on.
and Zaltana is gonna sit by this wheelbarrow and just having the after cry sobs and bad breathing.
I sit next to Zaltana. Because Fernell's being mean and loud.
Everybody roll me a perception check.
No.
And then we all get arrested at the end.
Ooh,
Why?
nice.
Please arrest me.
Oh wait,
Never
me?
mind.
No, that was a nat
Well-
1, which is a 5, but a nat 1.
9.
17 total?
Okay.
16.
Fernell and Bill only, I guess. Jez, what'd you get?
I got a 9.
Nope. Fernell and Bill only. Here distantly, probably like, I don't know, a few hundred feet away, horses. Sounds like they're approaching.
And Fernell like musters himself to walk over to MK and Zaltana.
What?
And he does the 5-year-old tantrum stomp, and as he fast walks over, he's just like think there's people coming, we should go.
We don't have to go.
Why? There's people. I hear horses nearby.
Yeah, but we're
Bill
allowed to
yells
be
to
here.
all of them. We got company.
We
Look,
gotta
If-
go, guys, please.
Zaltana, MK for now. Go. Staci, you, me, Bill, we can handle this. I think we look the least fucked up. Yeah? Put Jessup in the wheelbarrow, throw a tarp over them. Take it with you if
Oh.
you can,
We
if not...
Shit,
we
yeah,
could-
we could do that.
You see Zaltana raise a hand and just go, "We were here to sort the crypts.
Yes.
The crypts are sorted. The necromancer is here. We don't need to go anywhere. We've secured the threat."
Can
As
stay.
far as I can
Are y'all gonna be able to hold it together?
So I'm sorry. We just went through 2 hours making sure you're okay. And you just as Fernell says that, Zaltana, you can make a clear distinction. Like this is like a real time that you've seen like Fernell like effectively pissed. Not in like oh he's annoyed kind of way. Like this is like him just like he's angry at the situation. And he keeps going. It's like I'm glad you're okay. I just don't I want to make sure that everything is going to be fine further like as we go forward. I don't know who's coming, but they don't know the situation, and I don't want to have to spend another 4 hours explaining to them how we just tried to save a friend from a thing that we thought was dangerous at first but is okay now.
They don't need
We
to
don't
do
have-
that.
to mention that
Hey,
part.
I mean, you guys can like stay here, and we'll go see who it is that's coming, and then we can come back
Just
and
let
get
us do
you
the
if we
talking.
need. Yeah, it's fine.
It's not like a slut on anyone. I just think the three of us, or maybe have I have experience with dealing with the authorities. I imagine Bill
You
and
guys
Staci to some
go.
extent.
You guys, we'll sit here. We won't
Y'all
be far.
just- Are y'all gonna be okay on your own? Can you sort it out without kicking
I look at Fernell.
or explosions?
Deep
The
breath,
Staci
Fernell.
hears that. It's just like, I can stay back and watch them if you want. If you two want to go talk instead.
I don't know. I honestly don't know what's
This
best.
conversation. He has wandered away.
Yeah,
from all
you
of
wandered it.
He's throwing his silent tantrum.
I can
We'll be
I
okay,
can come
guys.
I can come along and speak if needed.
I'm gonna
No,
find
hun.
a tree, and Fernell walks off.
I'll stay with
MK,
Zaltana.
stay with Zaltana. Staci, do you want to come or go? I don't know if Bill, are you going toward the people or just like...
Are we wandering just like off?
Bill is
Yeah.
throwing a tantrum.
Okay, I'll go with Jez. That's fine.
Alright, let's
I'll
go,
with you.
Staci.
Yeah,
We'll handle
I
this.
moved beyond the map. I'm kind of just off in a direction.
Great. Jez and Staci walk out sort of towards the lane. You know, it's probably 100 feet in front of the house. This house is like set back. It's an old, beautiful house. Purposely, they have a ton of land. But you walk out and you see riding up the lane are 2 women on horses. And it doesn't take you long to realize that the 2 women of the house are returning.
I want to see quickly and say, do we mention Jessup being in a wheelbarrow, yes or no?
Yeah.
Okay, so they're the
Okay,
source of the
I mean-
problem. Sounds good?
I mean, we can say we found them. I don't know if wheelbarrow is a good idea, but we can say we found them.
Yeah. Yes, okay. Then, let's go. And I want to make, like... Staci's real perceptive, right?
I don't know why I said that, but yeah. I think
Oh,
so.
okay. I think probably since it's just the 2 of them, Jeze will just sort of like do like a, okay, let's go. Just like, she's real freaked out, but it's just different than everyone else. So, yeah.
Eventually they see you and they say, "Oh, good evening, ladies. Did you find Jessup? Is everything under control? Did you find whatever it was you were looking for?"
Well, yes, we found Jessup. Yes, everything's under control. No, we didn't find the thing we were looking for, but I do unfortunately have to tell you that Jessup's been summoning demons. So we've taken care of your problem. Your crypt's safe. No more
Excuse me?
necromancy. Yeah.
That can't be true. They've worked for this house for a century, doing quite
Well-
the opposite.
Well, there were some demons down there that were working for him, so I don't know what else to tell you.
There was, at times, some hauntings in that crypt, but they were there to help the situation.
No, not hauntings. They were corpses and demons guarding Jessup's secret room where they have a teleportation circle. I would say they look pretty, what's the word, squirrely? Nervous?
Yeah, I guess those work as words.
I would say maybe they weren't exactly in the best state of mind, so I don't know, maybe somebody put the fear of God in them, perhaps, and they were trying to barricade themselves inside your lovely house. That would be my best bet, but the problem's taken care of.
Okay, well, we had no problem to begin with. It was under our kind blessing that you even could enter our house. I'm not sure what turn of events has happened here, but please let us pass. Where's Jessup now?
It's your house, they're farther back. Don't worry about a thing. We took care of some necromancy for you free of charge, but thank you for letting us borrow your house.
Persuasion check.
Alright, I'm gonna use the online dice now,
Okay.
because I'm annoyed.
Can I just offer the help action just
For
by
sure.
standing there being
Please,
like,
because it's another
yeah,
fucking
all of that.
9. Okay,
Jesus.
so what do I add to that? Is it a d4, or is it an advantage?
No, help.
Advantage.
Straight up
Advantage.
help action.
Okay. Oh, okay. Come on, please. One roll. I have not had a single good roll. 12.
And you see, so that was the like older woman speaking. You
Mhm.
see the elf sort of like, I think, kind of catches your eyes a little bit and is like, "Darling, I'm not sure what this person is speaking about. Let's go inside. Let's see what's happening. Let's calm down for a moment. Strange things have happened in this house over the centuries. I was going to say millennia. No. Over the centuries. Let's take a breath and sit down and speak with everybody before we lose our heads." And the older one is like, "Fine. Let's go in." And they sort of pass you on their horses, because they're on horses, and gallop up. And they see all of you, I'm assuming, there? Or did you go anywhere? You had 2 or 3 minutes to, like, do something if you wanted to, the rest of you who are still at the side of the house.
It's just me and Zaltana sitting there.
I think they'll just sit there.
Oh yeah, the other dude is kind of
They were all sulking.
sulked off.
Zaltana wants to be close. In her mind, she wants to be close enough for if they ask questions, she can answer. She thinks she's capable of doing so. She's just tired, overwhelmed.
Roll me an insight on that comment. About you're inciting yourself right now.
Inciting myself? 18.
I'm gonna say that's not true. You
No?
actually feel
Okay.
like, go over that item again one more time. You think that maybe you're not in the place to speak with anybody right now.
This is still standing, right? Like, we have that in our favor. We didn't blow up the house.
The house is fine, basically.
Exactly. It looks fine from the
okay.
outside.
Yeah, okay.
You're in a bit of a state. You may not
Yeah.
be the best to speak with people. You can certainly try. Didn't mean to use that phrase. It just came out.
It works. Listen, there's a reason they say it.
Yeah,
Really
yeah.
does. Yeah.
They gallop up then to Zaltana, you and MK, and the body of Jessup sort of lying on the floor. And the woman speaks up first. Why am I blanking on her name? Eileen Galea speaks up and says, "What is Jessup? My goodness, what have you done?"
You see Zaltana point to her charred clothes from the wall of fire, everyone being bloodied,
Yeah,
And
I look
wounded.
awful.
and all she'll say is, "There was necromancy, demon, a wall of fire. We did to ensure our survival."
Wow, I don't understand. They've always been a help to this household.
Madam, if you wish to see the truth, you can go into the crypts and see the bodies yourself. Defiled.
Roll me a persuasion with disadvantage.
Actually, both pretty decent. 17.
Okay,
Roll 2 11s.
that's not bad. You do see, and I'll give this to everybody for free, these two women sort of recoil at seeing Zaltana. Look, I would like to ask you all to leave the premises.
My pleasure.
If that is all you have, if you've found whatever it is you come for, I think you've done plenty here. Let us pretend today never happened. I would prefer
gonna
never to
help
see you on
Zaltana.
my property again.
Zaltana, let's go.
All things come to light eventually. So does necromancy. And she'll walk off.
Fernell and Bill, even though you're sort of far away, you see the rest of the party kind of start to leave the premises.
In my direction or in the opposite direction?
Unless you walk towards the front in the opposite direction. Were you walking away towards
Well,
the
I'm
front?
already kind of there-ish.
Then they come up to you.
Whereas, yeah, okay, so then I'll just stay there and wait for them to come up. But I don't look at any of them.
Bill, everybody starts to sort of walk away.
I will meander in that direction at my own pace.
All right. You all start to leave the property of House Galea. You've left Jessup the Mage behind with none of their books or spell components. You are all in a pretty bad state amongst your new friends. You know that one of the people with you is carrying an item that is at least mysterious, at most dangerous. And you head off as the sun begins to set. We'll take a quick
One more thing I
question.
wanted to do before we stopped.
Yeah.
My tantrum would like to be back in the direction of the well because I want to go get Fernell's bag for him.
Oh, okay. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna do a circle around and get
Great.
Fernell's bag, and I will eventually meet up with them once I have walked off my anger.
Great.
Fernell will remember that.
So we'll take a quick 5-10 minute break. This is dark and I like it. I'm sorry. Is that cruel?
No,
of me?
don't apologize. No, this is perfect.
So you're having a bit of a tough time. We'll take 5-10 to think about what you've done or what I've done. And we'll be right back. Bye.
Bye.
So it's
And we're back to chaos.
turning on sunset. You are walking away from House Galea, basically with the sun setting behind you. The 6 of you sort of separated, walking down the long path back towards town, with, I think, all 6 of your shadows sort of long with your heads down, looking towards the ground. One thing I will remind you of, a couple things. You do still have rooms at the Bounty's End. You do know that Staci is carrying a bunch of books that she stole from Jessup's little hidey hole.
Long-term borrowing.
Sure. Is that what they call it nowadays?
Yeah.
Long-term borrowing.
Do you know that you left Jessup alive? Just things to like keep in mind. Do you all head back to the Bounty's End, or would you like to go just walk it off, or what do you want to do?
I think we
MK can
start
barely
leaving.
walk.
I think we
at this
should
point.
try to get out of here as soon as possible.
Wherever you guys want to go.
You also, I will just give this, obviously, just as a reminder, you came here looking for the manuscript. You have almost no new information about that.
No.
You have no
Oh.
idea what state Geronia will be in at this point as well.
We still have the hideout that all the people are headed to.
Yeah, I'd say we came here looking for Jessup, found Jessup. They certainly didn't help. I'm of the opinion as well that we should make a graceful exit, as they might say, exit stage left.
I agree.
What I'm saying is we should get the boat and get off Shorehaven. Rest if you think we can. I don't know. Staci, you know those ladies. How do you think they'll hold to the word that they'll pretend this night didn't happen, or at the very least hold it for a night or so?
Staci kind of gets this look on her face, like she's used to things getting swept under the rug. It's a very common thing for nobles to basically pay their way through everything, that things just don't happen. It's what it is. And she's just looking kind of like really like sad. And she's just like, yeah, I think they probably will want that to not be a thing that happened, that today just didn't exist, that you weren't there. My family asks, hey, have you seen me? I wasn't there. I could have died down there, and they wouldn't have known, and it would have just been that. Because that's just what happens when you have enough money to get through things. Just kind of
you're
get
here.
through it.
We know you're here.
Yeah, but I think they will keep to their word. What happens with whatever Jessup decides to do, since they're still alive, I don't know. But as far as House Galea, yeah, we'll be okay.
Still have the spell components and spellbook.
I mean, not to say they can't make more. No.
They wanted to leave Shorehaven. I imagine they'd run as soon as they can. I just personally don't necessarily see what is in Shorehaven for us. Unless, MK, you think your family could help, or some place that has information about books. I was gonna say, y'all have a library. I know that's a thing. Otherwise...
Stella, would I know if my parents would know how to do Greater Restoration?
Your parents are druids, right?
My mom is a cleric, like a healer, like a full-on healer, and then
your
my
mom's
dad's
a cleric.
the druid.
Then yes, I think very likely your mom would have access to a greater restoration. Very likely, yes.
We could go stay with my family. Might be kind of awkward because they don't know where I've been, but might help Zaltana.
Time to go back yourself first. Like, hey, Mom and Dad, I'm here, and also, is it okay if I have friends come and stay with us because we got someone in danger, or
Like
you want all of us to just show up?
I don't think they'd mind. They're pretty nice.
All right. How's everyone else feeling about that?
Could do with
Zaltana's
a nap.
just silent.
So was for now.
If you say your family is nice and they'll be okay with us going, then I'm okay with it.
Maybe they can at least help Zaltana.
Mhm.
If you want help,
House feels-
Zaltana.
Safer.
She just holds onto you see her hand instinctively go to a large side bag that she just places her hand there. She looks very conflicted. I don't think an insight check is necessary to know that she's just constantly of two minds.
So
If
we'll
anything, we at least can get a hot meal and a rest.
Mhm.
On. I don't know how they are. Let's go.
MK is trying to like keep up morale, and you all decide to forego the bounty's end at least for now and head sort of like further in to Shorehaven and go to the Skiphop household. Takes you probably in 40 minutes or something to walk there. So you arrive there just as the sun is setting. MK, do you want to go yourself? Does everyone all six of you show up at the door? What's happening?
I don't think MK is subtle, and I don't think her family is subtle. I feel like they're very, Dad is, super... I'm just gonna say it. Very much a pothead, tree hugger, all with nature. Probably sleeps outside a lot of the time.
Amazing.
And Mom is just very, very nice, calm, just wants to help people. So I don't think they're, a subtle family.
Okay. Do you have any siblings at home still?
No.
Okay.
I don't think I have. I think I'm an only child, I feel like.
Okay. So I am going to just a luck check to see if your parents are home.
Great.
Because it's just early evening on a Friday, They might not be home. So if you
That's true.
Just roll me a d20. If you roll over a 10, they're home. A 10 or
15.
Over, they're home. I guess then all six of you, do you have a key to your house? Or do you knock on the door?
I feel like I would knock. I don't know why, but I feel like MK would knock. So she'll just kind of knock on the door, a little excessively, in a weird rhythm that, seems a little much.
And your dad opens the door. Do you want to describe what your dad looks like?
Oh, gosh. I don't know if any of you guys have seen Zootopia.
Yes.
But
Yes.
the hippie, I don't know what he is. I think he's a...
I think it's a moose?
Yeah, a moose,
Yeah.
yak. He's a yak.
Your dad's not a yak, though.
But he's not a yak, but he's just got that dreadlocky, kind of a little
Nice.
dirty. Probably needs to be thrown in the ocean.
Hawaiian shirt?
Yes, Hawaiian
Nice.
shirt,
Khakis.
just very
Khaki
chill.
shorts.
Yeah, very chill.
Druid, can we just make it canon that his favorite animal form is a yak, which means he could in fact
100%.
open the door as a
No
yak?
question. Absolutely, I'm fine with
I
that.
love that.
But yeah,
You see this halfling open the door. This halfling man just kind of graying in his sort of kind of mutton chops. Just maybe 3 inches taller than MK, and is like, "Oh my good gods, MK, what in tarnation are you doing home? I thought you went off to, I don't know, go see some art. How was that?"
I did. And he sees MK look, very much like she wants to just cry.
Oh no!
And just
my little one,
because
come
she's just
here.
she's almost dead.
Yeah. What?
Very bloody. These are my friends. Can they come in?
Oh my!
All looking bloodied and terrible.
Oh my goodness! My.
We've had a really long day.
What in the gods have you gotten up to, Mike? And you notice particularly, everybody kind of files in and gets a nod. Zaltana at the back. This doesn't even need insight. For almost a second, you think that your dad's gonna shut the door. both because this is a huge firbolg, super unusual, and second because Zaltana looks like somebody killed her dog.
Yeah.
But also there's something creepier about her since today.
Yeah. And I feel like as he lets me in, I'm gonna kind of like whisper, because MK is still MK, and she's gonna go, turn into an animal, by the way.
Oh, good job, good job. What one did you do today, my dear?
A horse, a baboon, a panther. I think that's it.
It's been quite the trip for you, hasn't it?
Yeah.
I'm proud of you.
And don't worry about the girl in the back.
Okay. She looks a little off.
She's had a really, really bad day.
Looks like you all have. And Fernell and Zaltana, you can't stand up straight in this house. It's a halfling house.
Zaltana will use that furbolg feature that lets her kind of go a little shorter.
Shrink a bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fernell actually like sees the whole house and seeing how like he basically is the height, or if not like a little under the height of the
You
house.
basically have to like scrinch like 4 or 5 inches.
You have to Gandalf it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he sees everyone going. He's like, I'm just gonna wait out here.
My mom makes the best food. Come on.
Oh,
All
MK, my darling, apple of my eye, pony of my heart. I'm so sorry to tell you, your mother got called away. Not but a few hours ago. Apparently they need some clerics down in, oh my goodness, down in Dronia.
You just see her face go, we have to get mom back.
Why? They apparently there's just some kind of illness going around.
You can say that again. We just came from there.
Oh no! Are you all right? Lie down. Do you need to lie down? Do you need some tea?
I mean, in a minute,
Fine.
absolutely. Everyone's just angry.
Who?
Contagious.
Yeah,
I don't
it's
think-
like this contagious anger.
No.
What?
Not contagious. We weren't affected. It seems to be the people of Daronia specifically. Like, what I'm saying is, we're not gonna hurt you from being there, and your wife should be fine, although it would be better
I
if she
hope
were
so.
here, but
Oh.
I was hoping she could help my friend Zaltana.
let me phrase this. Shit's going down. It won't affect you. Your wife should be fine. We probably need help.
Well, all right. Thank you. What do you need? I mean, some of your mom's
Well,
supplies are still in her room. If you need anything.
One of mom's cookies would be nice, and a rest.
Yes. I mean, I don't think I have space for everyone in here. You've got
We
some
could-
mighty big friends.
I
stay
can sleep outside.
There's
I'll
a
sleep
good.
outside.
For fuck's sake.
Zaltana, you can have my room.
Large.
Okay.
You would hang about a foot off the bed, but you could do it. You could lie down in the room, like you would fit lying down in the room, but it would be like, that's it. That's the whole room.
You can have my room, if you want it.
I mean, Staci and I don't sleep, remember? So
Ah.
we don't actually need a bedroom. Or at least I don't. I shouldn't speak for you.
Beds are overrated anyway.
Fernell just walks outside. Make conversation of whatever's going on.
I think your dad would like put his arm around you, MK, and be like, "Well, look, which kind of cookie are we looking for here? There's a handful that, as you know, your mother leaves behind every time. What kind of strength are we looking for here?"
Did she make any of the really good ones? Like, the
It's
ones
that
that can
bad.
cure stuff?
Uh,
Yeah.
I don't think you should be hanging around these folk.
No, they're amazing.
I'm worried about you.
They're all really brave.
Well, so are you, my little pony. Wait,
Nope, I'm on Pony's ticket.
Didn't work as well that time.
It's canon now.
Nope,
that's it.
That's canon. That is canon.
I think MK's Applejack.
My
From
little
what I know, which is
Applejack,
nothing
my
besides
little
Nicholson.
Captain Crunch.
What's that?
Let me take a look. Let me
Little
take a
Raisin
look.
Bran.
My little Rice Krispie.
Yo, my little Lucky Charm. Come on.
Oh, damn it. Okay.
You.
My Cheerio.
My
She's
little
so
Count
careful.
Chocula.
Cheerio.
I need an MK shirt that just has her
Save me.
as each cereal.
Just dressed slightly differently.
Yeah.
Like super cute. We're gonna make this another luck check. To
Okay.
see if I think that probably all the time your mother's a cleric and leaves things in the thing. What did you roll?
A 2.
There does not appear to be a greater restoration cookie. Unfortunately,
I'd be surprised if there was.
left in the household.
Pretty
Bummer,
resourceful
man.
if there were.
There are, though, a handful of healing potions in the household.
Yes. I'm gonna probably tell my dad, like, Dad, would you mind if we took all these? I mean, not all of them, because I know the town needs them, but like, I'm on a secret mission.
What kind of mission?
It wouldn't be secret if I told you.
I don't like the sound of any of this.
To be completely honest, neither do I. But here we are.
I'm really proud that you're out here doing these things, my little Cheerio.
Just going down the list of cereals, huh?
I'm glad someone
I
read
feel
that
like
one.
this is canon now.
It's
I
happening
should just
now.
go-
It's gotta be.
She's his life.
But
This is it.
I really... That big one, she looks... not like... I've seen a few looks in the eye like that, hanging around your mother, and I don't like the looks of it one bit.
Well, I knew her before she was like this.
For how long?
Honestly, just a few hours.
Look, you're far
She's
too old.
honestly one of the most powerful, incredible, amazing, smart sorcerers. I had to think of your class for a second. I've ever met. That's why we gotta help her.
How powerful?
I mean, pretty powerful.
You know that that's not always a good thing. I think you just need to be
I'm
really
getting pretty
careful.
powerful too.
I know you are, and it worries me. You know to keep that under wraps around the wrong people.
Yeah.
Alright, look. I can't send you... You know I gotta keep some of these potions. They're hard to come by. How many... There are 10 here. How many do you need to take with you?
How about 4? Is that fair?
I think that's just fine. Why don't you take 2 good ones?
Okay.
2 of the lower ones. So you take 2 basic and 2 greater.
Okay.
And yeah, probably, you know, you can fit Jezebel and Staci inside, like sitting around, and yourself inside. The 3 taller creatures will all have to probably be outside. Probably find some tenting and stuff. You wouldn't have to be out in the elements, but and you all have your own packs and stuff, so you could, you know, and you're in the town. You would essentially be camping in a backyard, so it wouldn't be, you know, super dangerous or anything, but you can always also go back to the hotel if you wanted to.
No,
The
sleep outside.
tavern.
Sort of description question, if I may.
Mhm.
So, for the viewers who might not know, I am autistic, and so I can't read people's eyes, and I don't look at people's eyes. So when you say that you've seen someone with Zaltana's look, and that's bad, what does that look like? I'm curious if Stella or Zaltana or anyone else, because to me that means nothing.
So Zaltana,
I mean, I know what you mean, but
looks like
Get it.
there's there's almost like shadow clinging to her. And where she used to be this sort of, she's very tall, sort of like majestic looking Firbolg, there's something that seems to have like inverted.
But that,
in a way.
that's not with the eyes.
It's not, it's like you can't, it's a magical effect, so it's not, it's more of a like insight thing if you will.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's just
Gotcha.
it's a vibe.
good way
It's a
of
vibe
describing
check.
It's a vibe.
I think I interpreted what you said to mean like she looked haunted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a fair way of
Like,
saying it for
haunted in
sure.
her eyes,
Yeah.
That still doesn't mean anything to me from a like visual standpoint. Like, sorry, I can't explain this well. It's just it's like a literary device to me. I didn't think it existed in real life for a long time, but apparently it does.
I think the best
Figure
way
it
I
out.
would translate it for in terms of Zaltana's particular character, in terms of how she's behaving, her eyes are kind of like constantly darting around.
Okay.
She is hunched over as the shadows cling to her. So it's almost like for the most part her eyes are being obscured by the shadow itself because her posture, even if this house was at a size that would accommodate Firbolgs, it would like inverted inwards. So just shadows clinging around the eyes.
Interesting. Thank you.
No
I
worries.
was envisioning like sleep bags, just like
Oh.
much bigger.
Like very, very
So
tired.
just
I can see
like
that.
yeah, just like bigger, deeper sleep bags underneath your eyelids and blacker.
Just when
After
someone
all
says,
that, like, scrunching, we got a stretch check, which
Yeah.
is nice.
Oh, stretch
Because I feel like
check?
I'm
Thank
like
you,
trying to
Mark.
describe it and doing this.
Yeah, same.
that's just how it exists naturally.
Same.
And,
Oh, that's so many nice backtracks there.
And
That was
two
good.
hydrates.
Aren't those the best?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
That's
for now,
so
did you
nice.
note for your advantage from earlier?
Yes, I did.
Okay, good. Okay.
Mhm.
So, is there anything anybody wants to do this evening? The bags under her eyes are designer. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
Yes.
They are definitely
Yes.
Fernell.
like actually,
Most
it's a really good like goth designer. There's that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's like their tagline.
I think Zaltana, while camping outside, has kept a little ways away from Bill and especially Fernell.
Mhm.
Bill's made of fire, by the way.
Zaltana does not come out of her tent for the rest of the evening. What she will, because she this is everything that she hates
Mhm.
about herself
Mhm.
manifesting, and she's seeing the effect in people who didn't know her before this, who might have seen value in her, and she is interpreting everything as she's fucking up again.
I think at Amos, everybody looked at you like you were strange, interesting, but you, as the person that you were, interpreted it as people hated you because you were different. Now you really, it's almost like through this item you have manifested that
Yep.
now truly people are scared of you and creeped out by you, and all those things that you used to think that maybe weren't true now are.
Yep, exactly. And she, as she kind of like thumbs through Jessup's spell book just to see like what kind of spells are in. I'm assuming Wall of Fire and
Mhm.
any other necromantic spells in there.
Yeah, so there are spells like, I can give you like a real quick, give me 30 seconds
Yes,
to bring
please.
it up. Just
I'm a wizard. I love
Just give you an
spells.
idea. They have things like Danse Macabre, Infernal
Mhm.
Calling, Wall of Fire. They have a lot of transportation spells. Like obviously, you saw that they have teleportation circle. They have Misty Step a couple different ways, like as a
Mhm.
wizard spell and as a sorcerer spell. They have a lot of I can't remember the names right now, but I can give you a list. Well, if there's another moment where there's other stuff going on, a lot of like psychic spells where they can like read thoughts and things like that. That's a lot of their stuff. You were surprised to see that they have less. Wall of Fire is one of their probably most like violent spells. A lot of their spells are about moving around, reading thoughts, getting places, knowing things, stuff like that. They don't seem like they're like a violent person. It seems like they're a tricky person.
Mm-hmm.
And I can give you a better list in a bit.
Yeah, I think the only, like, for the purposes of like potentially learning a spell in the future, before she goes to sleep, I think the one that she's paying particular attention to is Misty Step.
Yeah.
So she's like reading that and, you know, taking notes and learning, being a college student and reading and doing your seminar reading for the week.
I will say, you're like, at first glance, as Zaltana, you're like, oh, this is really interesting. I'd like to learn Misty Step. And then your eyes, like, kind of pass over a few of the more, like, summoning demon spells. And you kind of have a thought, maybe I want that more.
She'll read whichever she feels compelled to in that moment. Yeah. And then as she falls, she'll close the book after, I think, from the influence of the skull just exhausting her. Slams the spellbook shut and will fall asleep, remembering how Fernell looked at her as she was leaning against the wheelbarrow. And cry.
You cry yourself
to
sleep?
Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah.
In the middle of the night, MK is gonna go outside and sleep right outside of Zaltana's tent.
It's fucking cold, but yeah, you probably have enough.
You won't care.
You have a winter sleeping bag and stuff. You're at home, so you have everything you would need.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think also Staci would have perched up in a chair or just in a spot where she can sit somewhere and is starting to leaf through some of the books, sort of looking to see if there's anything else that might help them about either the creation of Amos or anything, if there's anything in the books about this other book they're looking for, this manuscript, seeing if it's mentioned anywhere.
Yeah, okay. I will say I gave Staci a bunch of information that she can share with you at any point, just so you guys know, out of game, that she had read based on that nat 20. So I'm going to have you, if you want more than that, roll me another investigation check right now.
That's good. To not use these dice, because these were the ones that rolled a nat 1. You said investigation?
Yeah.
Okay. It's not bad. 18.
Okay. So in the books you've stole, I think there's a yearbook from year, I can tell you, because that'll be easy enough to figure out. It would be year 204. So it appears to be, and it's like, you know, one of these, like, it would be printing press, like, first yearbook from Amos Adventure Academy. Amos Adventure Academy, you know, and is, like, proven through this first yearbook, was formed in the year 199. In the year 204, these graduates are in it. You see that one of the graduates was Jessup's mom. You figure out through sort of like the nat 20 from last time, from the different like notations and things, named Adrian. You notice that there, and I gave you some of this, there are 6 other people that are circled and there are notes made under them. It looks like there are also stuffed in these books, like a couple of letters from these 6 other people who are circled and mentioned and made stars and things. What languages do you know?
Oh boy, good question. Staci knows. Efficiencies in languages. Common, Draconic, Elvish, and Sylvan.
Okay, so you see that there is, with a nat 18 and the time to read, hold on, let me open a book. Not a book. I have a Word document, but I'm going to call it a book. Elvish. Okay, so some of the early notes in this are in Elvish. They appear to be by Adrian Archon, Jessup's mother. There are some notes. There's particularly like some hearts and things around a gnome called Hyro Kelmaris.
Actually, I almost forgot this. I have the Eyes of the Runekeeper as a warlock, so I can read anything.
Okay, so you see that there are letters in Dragonborn, in Draconic, in Dragonborn, in whatever, from somebody called Fallon, saying, I found the best place for it. I think that'll make a lovely home here. I'm going to stick around for a while in Geronia and make sure that I feel like hiding in plain sight is the best idea. And then you see that there is a letter from Hyro, written in Gnomish, since you know all the language, saying, I'm going to head to the mountains. I think Fallon is making a huge mistake. I think we need to bury these deep, very deep. And I think that's all you get from an 18 for now. There's a handful of other things in here, but you kind of looked up because you saw some like hearts and whatever around Hyro. You like looked at that letter first. And you do, and I'll give you this also. Fallon, the notes that are in Draconic, their last name, her last name is Shutterlance.
Okay. Which one was the one with the hearts you said? That was
Hyro,
Fallon.
who's a gnome. First name Hyro, last name Kelmaris.
What a hero name that is.
Thanks.
It's a good name.
Lore dump today. So that's what you find out, sort of, and you have those few more notes I gave you that you can, that you actually, I'll just tell everybody because I'm not excited. Staci knows, like, the 6 friends, this, like, seems like a friend group. Staci knows their names, genders, races, who they are. It seems like these were 6 friends who hung out with Jessup's mom, Adrian.
Cool.
Archon.
Is she one of the 6, or is it 7 with her?
No, 6 total. Weird, right?
Wow, super coincidental.
Weird.
Yeah. I think while I'm also looking, would there maybe be anything that would indicate anything about their magic use or otherwise?
Adrian specifically?
Yeah, Adrian, but any of the others too, just like if there's any like little doodles or anything that might indicate what kind of magic preferences they had, if any, or like what school they were at with Amos.
Oh, interesting. Okay. They all went to Amos. Doesn't necessarily mean they're all magical, but you know that then in that case they're all adventurers of some kind. You pick up that Adrian was probably a sorcerer.
Okay.
You'll have to keep digging for the rest. Nice.
Fernell would like to see Bill make the fire and go up to Bill and have a little conversation. So he's gonna go up and initially just kind of be like, hey, you have my bag?
Oh, yeah, one sec. And he grabs it from his tent and brings it to you.
Cool.
I think everything's in there. I made sure not to drop anything out of it.
Right, yeah. There's a helicopter dropping nearby. Okay. Sorry. He takes the bag, and he, like, puts it on and is about to walk off, but he stops and turns around. Can I talk to you about something?
Sure enough. You want to sit at the fire and have a beverage?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
That sounds nice. Yeah.
Great. I'll fix us a couple of drinks.
When you punch Zaltana in the crypt, what were you thinking when you did that?
Do you mean what was my actual thought in my head at that moment, or are you speaking philosophically?
I mean, I don't know. I always thought that I never want to hurt my friends. But it seemed like we, at the time, needed to. I think what I'm trying to say is that I'm not mad at you for that.
Well, I appreciate that. I would understand if you were mad.
I mean, it sucks that we kind of have to go through all that trouble just to have Zaltana keep the skull.
Oh yeah, on the topic of being mad, I'm real fucking mad about that.
I'm a bit mad about that too, but
I feel like we're on the same page about that one.
Yeah, we're fine though.
Yeah, we're fine. I don't know what to do with it, and I don't know what to make of it, so I'm not really gonna say anything about it. But it was fucked up.
You and MK and Staci, Jezebel. I mean, all of you guys you guys knew what to do. You guys could do something in that moment. I was frozen. I was like the last one to catch up.
I understand, but I don't doubt for a second that if I started behaving all weird and you thought in your heart that I was a danger to you or them or myself, I believe in my heart that you would punch me in the face until I was unconscious because I was a danger. I believe you would do it. I don't think you were on board in that crypt because there was a lot more going on. I don't think this is a thing you have to worry about. You step up in the moment plenty.
I mean, that's nice to know. Okay. And he like sits closer to you and puts his drink down. I used to do a thing with a little group. Like this one. Like I used to we were adventurers too.
Okay.
It was like a few years back. And we were pretty good. I think adventurers aren't like common in my place, so we kind of just, got together and did what we could around where we were. But we got into a spot and we didn't know that there was we didn't know how dangerous it was. We went there and there was a giant spider. And we weren't prepared. And I tried so hard. I tried my best to try and get everyone to safety, but one by one, each of my friends were wrapped up in webs, and I was just standing there. I was standing there looking at them, and I didn't know what to do. But you know what I did? I went to go and help them out. Because that's all I could do, right? I went over there and I tried my best. And then I got hurt. And they died. Because I didn't do enough. Now, luckily, my sister was there to help me out. And I'm here now because of her. But she told me something. She told me that the reason I'm alive is because I took care of myself. And I looked out for me. And if I would have spent another second helping them out, I would have been dead too. Is that what would have happened there?
Well, no. That's not what happened there. But I can see why that would haunt you for probably the rest of your life. And I don't know what to do or to say to make any of that better for you, because that sounded horrific. But your sister's not wrong, and it's not a bad thing. You will have to look out for yourself first, and that's fine. Because at the end of the day, ain't nobody gonna look out for you but yourself. So you can do what right by your friends, but you're not a bad guy for looking out for yourself. And that might be an unpopular opinion, but that's what I've learned.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm sorry. I'm
You ain't got nothing to be sorry for.
stuff is hard.
It's real hard, and we feel real bad right now. Today was pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
I do think a good night's sleep will do you well.
Yeah. It'll do me pretty well. Thanks. You remind me a lot of my sister. That's kind of...
From what you've told me about her, that's one hell of a compliment.
She's pretty great. Thanks for this, and he holds up the drink.
Anytime.
And he like gulps it all down in one go, so he can leave you the cup, and he'll like walk off to a tree that hasn't been inhabited.
Great.
Bill, do you also just go to sleep?
Yeah, it is bedtime.
Yep. Jezebel, you're in the house, I imagine, for now, or do you go out for a walk, or do you do anything?
I was trying to think, MK, does your house have roof access?
I'm sure.
This is a
Because, like, I
halfway
feel
house?
like... Yeah, but I feel like my dad would have some way of, like, if he was a bird, like,
Yeah.
a little door.
I have dexterity. I have a couple levels.
I think it would be a test, though, for like an elf to stand on a halfling like thatched roof. It might not be the sturdiest. Do you know what I mean? It's just a little bit of a halfling house.
Didn't think of that. Okay, in that case, I'll just go somewhere like. I guess I'll stay in the same room as Staci. She seems pretty occupied reading. And I think that Jezebel's just gonna pull out, what do I wear? I wear long dresses. So from, like, the bag, we all have packs or whatever, Jezzy's just gonna pull out, like, a sheaf? I think that's the right word. It's a sheaf of paper that looks like it's been, folded and refolded, like, 10 million times. It's got weird smudges and shit on it. And she's just gonna probably read it and sort of start... From the beginning, when she's reading it, she sort of smiles, and for a second, it looks like she doesn't look very old. But she looks like a teenager who hasn't had any bad things happen, just like really happy and carefree. But by the time she gets to the end of it, which is probably, I will say, like 4 pages both sides, so I guess it's like 8 pages. She just sort of sighs, and for a second, it looks like she's like 1,000 years old, just like really crushed and sort of exhausted by the world. But it's not long. It's just sort of like a moment or so, and then she just sort of folds it all up and puts it back away. Just sits there, smoking by the fire.
What does the camera see? Does it look like a handwritten letter to or
Yes.
from Jezebel?
No, it's to Jezebel. I'm trying to think how much of the camera. Yeah, I think you'd probably be able to see at least the first page. I should have written this whole thing.
Even a couple words. Like, what is the, like, does it start off like "Dearest Jezebel" or something like that?
Yeah. No, it's not like romance novel starting. It's now I gotta think of a nickname. God damn it. Hey, Holly. We'll just go with that. I need to write that down so I don't forget it.
Holly. Holly is the nickname.
It makes sense. It's not just a random name I pulled out of my ass, but I do have to remember it now.
I think when you sigh, Staci kind of looks up from looking through the yearbooks and gives you a look and raises an eyebrow and is just like, are you okay?
Yeah. It's been a long day.
Yeah. Has been one.
You?
You know, going to an adventuring academy, adventures they send you on for fake things are not nearly as intense as that.
No, I don't suppose they would be. Also, side note, I would love to go on a fake adventure for an adventuring academy. That sounds really funny.
They have to train you in some way before, you actually become a full-fledged adventurer. But, they're people the school's hired. Or they're volunteers, I guess. So, it's not really the real threat of danger. You can get hurt. You won't get that hurt.
Yeah. Well, I wish I could tell you it gets easier. It doesn't. I mean, this was particularly dramatic, shall we say, but life just keeps going.
Is that what your experience has been?
Still here. So I suppose, yeah, life's kept going. Is that what you meant, or?
Yeah. Does it get easier?
No. Depends on the it, but as a whole, I'd say no, you just get better at hiding it.
Oh. See.
Sorry if that's not what you wanted to hear. I'm not much of a teacher. I didn't go to any fancy school.
No, that's okay. I don't want a teacher right now. Just a friend.
Well, I can do that. You know what I said earlier. You are here. We do see you. No one's going to sweep you under the rug, whatever those ladies of House Galea thought. I have made quite the impression on many nobles. Perhaps they'd like to forget it, but I certainly know I was there. And that's what matters.
Yeah. Guess that's true. Our own experiences and what we make of them.
You can always leave stuff behind, or take things. I may have occasionally slipped something from a bedroom every so often, just to remind myself I'm real. Might as well do the same.
I'll pretend I didn't hear that part, because that could be problematic if I see any other noble families I know, and they find out I know you, so I'll pretend I didn't hear that part.
Fair enough. Borrowed, remember? Borrowed that you'll maybe get back at some point.
Long-term borrowed, like these books.
Yeah. Speaking of which, you read anything in there that's interesting? I can't imagine you'd have grabbed them from the crypta during our little life or death race if it weren't at least mildly useful.
Yeah, actually. Well, for one thing, there's all these hearts on this person, which, that's always really interesting. But also, there's a gnome in here, and a dragonborn. And she kind of, gets a little bit more hushed and, looks around and makes sure that MK's dad, she wants to kind of, see if, there's anyone else that's awake right now before she continues.
Roll me a perception check.
Okay. Okay, 17.
MK, would you be awake still? This is probably you all
I'm
probably went to bed at,
outside in front
7.
of
Oh yeah, you went out.
Zaltana.
So the only person inside is the dad, and you literally hear snoring. So you don't think there's anybody within earshot.
Okay. She's still kind of hushed about it. She's not trying to be super loud, but she's like, "Yeah, there's a dragonborn in here, and it was the dragonborn, right, that said that she wanted to hide it in plain sight."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so she said something about hiding something in plain sight. Then looks like there's another letter. Someone named Hero. And he says that it's a bad idea and to hide it whatever this is deep in the mountains underground, it looks like. So there's something going on, something from beginning of Amyths when it was first created. These are old yearbooks. There's a lot of letters in here, but Not sure
How-
what this is.
Why was Amos founded? I've always found the concept of adventuring to be a bit nebulous. So the idea that you can go to school specifically to become an adventurer always seemed a bit odd to me. I almost wonder, the people that end up at your school, they're what you call the best of the best? Cream of the crop?
Yeah, if you want to become an adventurer, it's Amos is one of the best schools. It was initially founded in the year 199, and there's classes for everyone to go there from all different things, not just magic users. There's bards and rogues, there's barbarians, sorcerers, clerics, warlocks. If you're a magic user, you pretty much have to go to Amos so that you can be watched and put under control, and you don't become too mad powerful, but powerful enough to save people.
So you see what I'm getting at here. Your school's collected all of the best magic users and people of other talents.
Staci,
And
roll me also a quick history check. Sorry, go ahead.
oh, and just has tabs on them, monitors them, even if it's in a yearbook. Although I also am curious personally if anyone has like little devil horns drawn on them, because enemies are just as important as lovers,
I haven't seen any horns yet, but I will let you know if I see any like mustaches or anything.
Noted.
What was the check?
23.
23. Okay. You know that, so the school they're proud of this, and they claim this anyway, that the school was formed sort of, 200 years seems like a long time, but it's not really. It was 200 years after the Great War happened, where the Great Scar was formed. And the purpose with the academy was to bring people together, one, exactly as you said, to keep an eye on people who were magical, and two, to have these kind of things and these powerful people put to work to sort of help rebuild Asterie. It was in shambles after the Great War. There was not a lot of people, like humanoids, left. And there was all kinds of weird beasts and things left over from the magics of the Great War. So they thought a school would be a great idea to sort of like be twofold for that. In the couple hundred years since, it's turned a little bit more into a prestige thing. Asteria's come relatively peaceful, although you all know that there are still strange beasts and stuff in the land, particularly in the mountains, particularly any forested areas. There's still all kinds of weird beasties about. But way less than there was immediately after the war. That's sort of why it was formed.
Hey, that sounds good. And to me, when something sounds real good, it's probably something dark underneath. And another thing I was thinking, right? You talk about your sorority a lot, yeah? That's a common thing at the Adventuring Academy?
I mean, there's a few big ones. There's the big sorority that I was in, and there's a big fraternity, and then there's a couple smaller offshoots that people make. It's mainly just a way for everyone to kind of have a group of other people that you get to see on a regular basis that aren't just in your classes.
Right. So, if you wanted to form a group to have maybe some sort of secret shady dealings, who better than to recruit than at the academy your college friends? You already know how the system works. Get it all there. They're into their little logos, seams, and whatnot. Knitting, whatever it is, crafting. Seems to me like that's either directly inspired by the Academy or the Academy's part of it. Maybe not all the Academy. Maybe just a couple people. But where else would you have all the best of the best, the most prestigious, well-connected people in one place?
Staci kind of thinks on that for a minute. Like the thought that this school could be any way negative hadn't necessarily occurred to her, like at least not to that extent of negativity. Obviously there's the school, like, oh gosh, my school, and oh gosh, these teachers, but she hadn't necessarily thought about it to that extent until Jezebel brought it up.
I mean, I might just be paranoid, but that seems like something worth looking into. I mean, also, why are there no other schools? That's just a personal thing. Maybe I'm a bit biased. I didn't apply to Amos Academy, to be quite honest with you. It was never really my thing. But it just seems real coincidental, I would say, especially with y'all's yearbook right there, all those, close little friends. People make ties. And that's the other thing. When you're young, it's easier to be, I suppose your school would say molded. I might say, persuaded to a certain ideology or flat out manipulated.
I mean, AAA is not the only school in the area. There's other schools. It's just AAA is the big one. It's the one that everyone it's the name. But there's other schools. It's not just us.
It's the only one really focused on adventuring. There are other like universities and colleges, but this Asterie. I'm doing it now too. Amos.
Sorry, it's 28.
Yeah, it is. My bad. Whoops. Is the only one specifically to draw in and matriculate adventurers. So I will just say these sort of questions like fill the air. You take turns, I would imagine, at some point, sort of keeping a watch, but you all feel relatively safe. Is there anything else anybody does in the night? Zaltana. You knew it was fucking coming, didn't you? Come on.
I did. I was waiting.
Yeah. You find yourself back in your dorm at Amos. And it's your birthday a couple months ago, and your roommate, Julie, pulls something, her little halfling, pulls something from under her bed and, like, hands it to you and is like, I know you were trying to keep this under wraps, but, like, under wraps, get it? Because it's a wrapped present. I just got you a little something. Here you go.
That's really sweet.
Happy birthday.
Smiling, her ears are like perked up, and it's a box or something that she'll unwrap.
Yeah. So you
excitedly
unwrap the box. As you unwrap it, the light in the room gets sucked out the window, and you see a glint of light from the box. You pull it out, and it's a blackened skull encrusted in diamonds. You hold it in front of you for a second, and it gets sucked onto Julie's head. Her body starts stretching and ripping and turning transparent until this blackened skull on the body of a transparent ghoul stands in front of you. You see as all of the diamonds sort of shift up and turn into a crown. It stands there and regards you, tilts its head for a moment, removes the diamond crown, and passes it to you.
She shakes her head.
It
No.
floats towards you.
No.
It floats
I don't
towards
want this.
you. It
She's
keeps
just like
floating towards you.
she's gonna scream and
You
You know-
scream, and you wake up in the backyard.
Do I hear any scream? No. Or
No.
no? Okay.
It's sort of one of those things where, when you scream in your dream and you just kind of wake up like, ugh!
Mm.
And the sun begins to rise over another
Long-
chilly day
long rest.
in Shorehaven. Everyone can go
Long
ahead and
rest?
take a long
Oh,
rest.
thank God.
Thank God.
I
I
would goddamn
love
pension. My
After
service dog brought me my
rice.
fidget toy.
I have never
He's
been
a
that
genius.
number one low on spells and number two low on health.
Mm.
That
I
was
was also really
terrifying.
hurting. I was down to I think seven hit points.
Oh my god.
I had about
It's a long
10, I
day.
think.
Oh, 6. Yeah.
With that
Yeah.
horrific dream,
Mhm.
I would like to retry the save.
Yeah. So tell me, you wake up and you see Fernell sort of like parts of his like bag and stuff like hanging from the tree he slept in, and you see some sort of like Bill just outside the tent starting to like light another campfire in the morning, and you see some lights coming on from inside of the Skiphop household, and you actually like peek out of your tent and you see MK just wrapped in like a number of like winter sleeping bags with a little bit of like frost on her little eyelashes.
She sees all of this for this few moments of peace as she wakes up and sees just like Humdrum has never felt so wonderful to Zaltana, except in this one moment when she's seeing all these people. But as she feels the shadows begin to grip and pull, coalesce around her form, she hears these whispers in her head, these primal urges. She retreats back to a tent as she mutters and she says, I don't want them to be afraid of me. I don't want them to be afraid of me. I don't want them to be afraid of me. And then she's going to attempt the save, because that will determine how she gets out of this.
Mm-hmm.
And I would like to use my Tides of Chaos to give myself advantage.
Amazing.
I also think you still have my coffee cup because I don't think Zaltana is giving
do.
back to Staci yet.
No, I think she's forgotten it. So is that what, a D4?
The extra D4, yeah.
Yeah.
Extra D4. Alright, so
Does
I have
your coffee
advantage.
cup just sort of, is it sort of like one of those tumblers and it just refills in the morning?
Oh, I would
Basically, yeah.
give anything for that.
Yeah.
Okay,
Seriously.
so natural
Can it
16
be
plus
my cup
D4
quarters?
plus 3, 16, 17, 18, 19, and plus my... It's wisdom, right?
Yeah.
19, 20, 21, 22.
You feel a cool breeze swack open the door to your tent, and with that, you hear. But you take a deep breath, and you feel a release. You feel like you can stand a little taller again. You feel like you can look your friends in the eye again. But you look down and there's still a blackened skull, encrusted in diamonds, sitting next to you on the floor of your tent.
I've imagined that she put it in a pouch.
Okay.
So she doesn't want to touch it ever
You, like,
again.
nudge it in with your staff into like a pouch.
Yeah. She has it in a pouch. She ties it up tight. Keeping it close, but away enough in distance from her. And as she's gripping the sides, or before that, as she's gripping the sides of her temple, I will not lose them. I have nothing else. And does the shoving with the stick and kind of like peeks her head out to see MK. And kind of like does a little poke on MK's shoulder.
Yeah,
You see her scramble back, ears back.
you okay? You need anything? Holy crap.
I just wanted to thank you. And you see her
For
eyes
what?
are clearer. I wanted to thank you.
She's just gonna like go in for a like trample hug. You're not
It's
scary
around your waist.
anymore!
I'm not scary anymore.
You gotta go tell
Sorry.
Fernell. Let's go tell Fernell.
She immediately, her ears are pinned back.
He'll be so happy.
He was really angry.
He's got anger issues. Let's go.
Speaking of scary, Staci inexplicably shows up behind you. You still have my coffee cup.
Are you okay, Staci?
Staci looks exactly like Zaltana.
Yeah.
With the
Yeah.
back of the skull. She like brings it out and she hands it to you and she's like, I don't know, it felt like a good luck charm. Kinda was, actually.
It was.
Very much was.
Make sure you mark off one of the charges for the day.
Yep, and I need to roll d20 for that because it is a wild magic.
That's what we
Oh
need.
shit.
More
Yeah, do
chaos!
it.
Just what we need. 14.
But did you
Okay.
actually...
God.
So just remember one
Fuck
for the
off,
day.
chaos.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
We don't need that right now. So I would say
I did not want to fucking risk it. I'm sick and tired of the skull.
That's right.
Yeah.
Bill and Fernell, you're outside. I don't like MK's loud. Gave like a
I know,
loud.
Bill
Oh,
was
I'm
like-
always very loud.
Walking
I'll
up to
meander
this
out
commotion
Yeah.
outside.
You
Definitely
wake
poking
up,
his
you're
head
like-
out. I feel like Bill's about to put on some hot, like boil some water for him, but also for Staci.
Staci looks like you've seen her like chipper always, and she looks dead. Like, I've been up for 3 days studying for finals, and that's just what she looks like when she does not have coffee.
Bill clocked that instantly. It was just silently putting water on a fire.
I think you all gather. Eventually, maybe, you can cook some things outside, some things inside. There's a nice, hearth inside that you can, when the dad will wake up and, be smoking a little something out of a pipe and, good morning, my little Rice Krispie. Did you sleep all right?
We're gonna get
Run out, actually.
Not a sponsor.
There will be an end.
Great, I'm a little
No,
cold,
we should start
but-
doing the off-brand, the rip-off.
Oh, the rip-off
God.
cereal. Fruit O's.
Like the generic ones.
Yeah, slept pretty good. A little cold, but
Why in the God's name would you sleep outside in this weather? You got a perfectly nice warm bed.
just wanted to make sure my friends are okay.
And are they?
So,
Yeah.
Zaltana.
See, look!
Oh. Well, my. It looks like that night of sleep really did do you some good. You looked like you'd been trampled by horses last night.
I kind of wish I was trampled by horses instead.
Yeah, that probably would have been easier.
Well, look, I don't... So what's the plan? Where... Are you sticking around for a couple days? Sure would be nice to have you around the house.
Probably best we make get out of here, honestly.
I mean, MK, you could stay here.
I don't want to stay
if-
here. To be honest, it's really boring.
Dad looks a little offended.
Yeah, I was just right in front of Dad.
She has no
Oh.
filter, guys.
Nah, I second
That's
this. We
fair.
aren't losing MK. It's all of us. I mean,
That's
look what we just did for Zaltana yesterday.
That's all.
She's sticking with us.
Yeah.
To be honest, Dad, I'm kind of the only healer.
That's true. We'd probably be dead at least 5. Fucking Fernell! Jump
Fernell would
down the
definitely be
fire!
dead.
I did almost die. So,
Twice!
Twice.
Yeah, in the last day. I think this man would just...
My poor dad!
Dad, I think we should stop telling him all these details. This is a need-to-know basis, as they
That
say.
was need to know.
We're going on vacation.
Yes.
Yes, to the place
Yeah.
where the rich people go.
Well, look, my little frosted flake, I don't believe a word you're saying to me right now. But it looks like you're about to do some good out in the world, and it looks like you got some friends here that really trust you, and that's, pretty important,
I don't know. Starting to become kind of like a family.
That's the most important thing there is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, is there anything else you can take on your way?
Maybe just some of the normal cookies.
You don't want a few of the special ones?
Are they yours?
Yeah.
Definitely.
That's what I thought the first time when you said special cookie.
Yeah, same.
But also, I'd
Her
like to know
mom's
the
cookies are
information
one
about
kind
where
of
you're...
cookies, and her dad's cookies are another kind of cookies. Yeah.
Lots of
Okay.
great cookies in my house.
Shouldn't we get some more information about your mom going back to Daronia? If that's something we need to check up on?
Maybe we should, but can we even go back there? Dad, you didn't hear about earmuffs.
I mean, we might
Why don't
pass by.
why don't I step
We've never
outside?
been. I used to act in Daronia. That's all. They just adore me. Mobs of fans.
Bet they do. I'm just gonna step on outside for a minute. You all have a little conversation, and I'm just gonna enjoy my morning pipe. I don't even know how to hold a pipe. I don't think I've ever smoked a pipe in my
It looked
life.
fine. We got
Yeah,
that
that was
idea.
it. That's pretty much, yeah. Got it.
He needed.
So I love how he said step outside, but we're outside. So
Yeah.
Staci's just looking around, drinking her coffee, I'm not.
I feel like he
drinking
was in the doorway and he just stepped back inside.
Maybe he thinks
Uh,
that's the outside. Who knows?
Yeah.
God, who knows
How
with my
much is
dad?
he been smoking?
coffee. Outside here,
Zaltana.
outside.
Mm-hmm. Zaltana, I think, would pipe up and say, well, we do have a lead on the group that should not be said out loud. We could head there. Scope out the place. Be very careful.
Yeah, I didn't mean we should go back to Daronia. I meant if MK's mom was summoned there as a healer, she must have gotten some sort of like bulletin warning,
Yeah,
all
probably.
available healers come to Daronia, people killing each other. I would like to know what that said.
Yeah, remind me, DM, in terms of location, I'm trying to remember it from the map. I don't remember if you have to go through Daronia to get to that area.
You don't have to go through it, but it would be like you can go around it into it. You would basically going back the way you came. You can avoid Daronia, go around it, and then go south.
We can take a look and see the well, how does Staci
Or
say
you can
it? The
sail
vibe.
all the way around. Actually, come to think of it, if you wanted to.
We could have a vibe check of the.
Daronia's on fire, bad vibes.
That's
Although
merch vibe check.
Staci suddenly, as she's drinking coffee, has this look on her face as she's piecing together some things from this yearbook and the notes and the letters she's read, and she looks at MK from something MK has said previously. She's like, "Okay, I'm about to ask you a question that might be upsetting. You okay if I ask you a question that might upset you?"
I mean, it can be worse than almost dying, so go for it.
Zaltana leans down, ready to hug MK.
Do you know what caused
I
that
am
landslide that you mentioned before from the mountains?
Oh. I actually don't think I do, right, DM?
You don't. You, as far as you
I don't
knew,
think
it
I
was
know.
like a natural,
Yeah.
unexpected landslide.
I don't remember anything except digging my way out of there as a patcher.
How old were you when that happened?
15 months ago.
Months ago.
Yeah, it was only like 6 months ago or something, just before you came to Daronia, right?
Yeah.
Staci gives Jezebel a look, like, after what they had just talked about last night. Like, oh, there was a landslide a few months ago, and then everything happened in Daronia when the book went missing. Like, she's, like, suddenly piecing together, like, what if there's, like, multiple, like, what if they were looking for it, and that's what caused the landslide?
yeah, do you want to summarize that in character, or should I, or just?
Staci's just, like, looking at you. She's too overwhelmed at this point with, like, caffeine
All right.
and everything hitting her system.
You
Okay.
just probably had like 8 shots of espresso.
Yeah, most likely.
All right, kiddos.
Just buzzing.
Staci and I were looking at some very interesting books yesterday, and we have come to the conclusion that there is one, possibly more than one, artifact or some sort of thing, like the book we're looking for, that was perhaps in the care of the founders of Staci's alma mater. I don't know how to speak anymore. And one of them was saying they should put it in plain sight, a dragonborn in Daronia. Another said they should hide it in the mountains, deep underground. Now y'all had a landslide. Right after that, the book's gone. So what we're thinking here is either there's more than one artifact, or the Soen Circle is going looking for the artifact, and they looked in the mountains first, because I would probably also agree and look in the mountains when you're hiding something important. Didn't find it, ended up in Daronia. However, I also personally believe that the school is, as the kids say, sus. And there is a satellite school of that school being built. Where? Also in Daronia.
Zaltana holds MK.
Whoa.
So what I'm saying is we're fucked. But we should probably try to unfuck it. So...
Like that. I'm gonna use that in the future. Unfuck it. Okay. Fuck it.
I'm teaching the young ones slang. I'm so important and hip.
Zaltana says a mental prayer as she realizes that unfuck it is going to be part of the party's vernacular for the rest of time.
That
in
in
my
name.
check.
Can we make it the unfuck?
Oh god.
The
do need a party
unfuckers,
name.
perhaps. I like the unfuckiners. I
Vibe
think it
checkers.
sounds funny.
The unfucking.
The unfuckers. I love it.
No, unfuckenders specifically.
It's kind of hard to merge.
That's what
but
I heard.
Yeah, it'd be hard to do merch, but
Yeah, you gotta find a shirt company that'll sponsor us.
That could be an asterisk. Or like a D20 instead of the U. See?
I mean, piecing
Okay.
that together with what we've learned at Daronia, that this was a group of people of different classes, of abilities.
And different races. Dragonborn, Daronia. The other was Jessup's mom, an elf. Sheriff Silverstone's an elf. And then, of course, we have a gnome. I'm not really sure how that one fits in, but that was the mountains. MK, who did you work for when you was a...
Rich family, right?
Yeah. I would say there's a handful of rich families, I'd have to look up the name, who live towards in sort of the other side of the mountain, more in Vitus Vale. So Shorehaven is sort of on the way to Vitus Vale. And there's like all these sort of like resort towns and like ski bunnies and stuff. And you were probably hired by them to sort of clear out some of the beasties that sometimes occasionally run around the mountains.
So in that case, it sounds like if someone had a suspicion that something was hidden in the mountains, it was either found by accident and then the someone circle was alerted to it, or someone's playing a real long con. Who was on your team? Was there like someone in charge of the team, or?
All I know is that the people I went with, none of them made it out.
Darling, I hate to ask this. How sure are you of that?
Sure.
You'd be pretty sure of that.
Okay.
I tried to help.
No, I'm sure you did. People are just tricky with their disappearing acts sometimes, but I
Oh,
believe
you're
you.
right. I've learned that.
Just a quick vibe check. Fernell, you just heard this story. Bill,
Yeah.
you just heard this story after hearing Fernell's story last night. Without even doing checks, I'm just curious how Fernell and Bill are reacting to this story.
Fernell, for sure, is trying his hardest to look engaged. But if you were to do an effective insight check, there are no thoughts behind those eyes.
See,
It's all just like, I suck at math. And he's trying to look supportive in this info dump. He's just waiting for someone to tell him where to go. He's a point and click kind of
More
guy.
specifically saying, basically, not to the whole info dump, but MK basically is relating a story that's very similar to yours. That a whole party died in a mission, and she was sort of the only one to get out.
That didn't click with me at first.
Mm-hmm.
There's some hard
And now it
association.
definitely has.
Bill was sitting there throughout the story, looking between the two of them, waiting for it to click on Fernell's face.
Yeah.
Because I don't know Fernell's story.
Mhm.
Yeah.
the rest of us don't either.
And there's like, I'm gonna let that play out for a second, and then like Fernell is just like he's just like he does like this soft inhale and looks over at Bill.
Like,
and he's just like wide-eyed, just staring at the ground as he's hearing more info on this. Yeah, no insight check needed. Fernell is like, oh shit. Shit.
What, do you know something, Fernell?
Not about that. It's just I'm familiar with the scenario per se.
I know a
pipes
rare
in and-
scenario.
The magical artifact in a
Bill pipes
mountain.
into Zaltana and is like, we were having a talk last night about this legend I heard, and it was eerily similar to what Kat was saying. It was just something we talked about last night.
Yeah, it's fine.
Insight check.
Yeah.
Fine.
Check, please.
Zaltana
Fine.
would also insight check because
Do I need to roll
she's
for-
anxious around Fernell.
Yeah, are we checking
I mean,
it?
Bill, if you want to roll insight, like
No, I don't want to roll
I'd
it, but I'm
say.
gonna cover for you.
Yeah, are we checking
Oh, are you rolling
him,
deception?
or both?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to
Oh,
cover
shit.
for you.
Oh, okay. I'll roll against too. Yeah, fuck
Okay,
it.
great. I have really bad deception.
Okay.
I got a natural
Wait.
one.
So, are you gonna roll it or should I?
Let's both roll it, because we're both trying to
Okay.
diffuse this, right? I rolled a 14.
Focus,
Well,
everybody.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
what's
yeah,
gonna
I was
happen?
like, hold
Either
on.
Bill or Fernell can roll
Right.
with
Well, it
advantage.
shouldn't
because
have
you're
been me, because
one is giving the other the help action. And then the rest of you can roll perception versus that deception.
I'll roll deception because
Or you
I'm
mean
the
insight?
one. I'm ultimately
insight.
the guy.
Great. I
you're
will do
referring
help
to.
by trying to diffuse and making up some BS lie about
Sure.
legends.
Roll again, because I've only
Okay, so
had
the first
5
roll
rolls
isn't
and it gave
that
me a
one.
1. I got a nat 1 too, so
That's the first roll.
whatever.
Okay, this sucks. The dice don't like it. That's a 9 on the die and plus 2, which is
18
11.
for me.
Yeah,
Here.
okay.
I think basically
I got a natural 1.
I think
Plus
Jezebel's
3.
a little bit more like interested in all this lore. Like you're like, what is with this landslide? Everything's connected. So you're maybe not like paying attention to Fernell at the moment, but all
Yeah, I
the
guess.
three rest of you hear like this sort of intake of breath when Fernell like comes to this realization, and you realize Fernell is like, I think you saw Fernell mad yesterday. Maybe for the first time today, you see Fernell's like deep sadness that I think he generally tries to hide. But this scenario that sounds in so many ways so different, so similar to his, you all notice like this sadness pass his face.
And once he sees that everyone is like starting to take notice of him, he immediately like folds his arms in, kind of like rocks back and forth, tries to like just seem nonchalant about it. Just like,
You know what? I think I still have some
you guys
hot
can.
water on the fire. Let's get a round of coffees or hot chocolates.
I can make coffee. I can make coffee.
Let's make some hot chocolate. I think I got something
Fernell
too.
spit.
And it's like
I sit on the ground
taking attention
like
to
a
getting hot
golden
chocolate.
retriever listening to their parent. It's like, yeah.
MK doesn't get stern, but when she does, she means it.
And I know that.
What are
twice.
you hiding?
You know what, MK? I feel like Belle's gonna put a hand like on her shoulder and like eye contact, and in a very like serious but kind way, we're gonna drop it. Okay? Now let's have some hot chocolate.
Oh, it's such a dad vibe.
I'm gonna tell them.
Tell
Okay.
I was with a group a while back, and we were good at what we did. We got close. We went on a mission. I was the only one to come out alive. And,
MK is holding, she drops.
yeah, that's not an easy thing to live with.
How long ago did that happen?
Maybe a year.
Oh, okay.
Also in the same mountains. I'm not.
No, different mountains for him.
No, I know that.
No,
That's
not even
Jezebel
in
not
mountains,
understanding what's
just somewhere
happening.
else, yeah, just somewhere else entirely.
Yes, I know.
I think it's almost 10. So you all have a bit of a like heart to heart here. For the first time, again, as a reminder, you've only known each other a few days, 5 days or something at this point. You've been through a lot. All of you have been on the edge of death, enthralled by a magic item, told each other about your former groups dying. You are here in MK's house and deciding where to go. I'm going to ask you don't have to answer right now. Do you have an idea of where you're going to go next?
Out of character, everyone, are we all in agreement, like, around the Roni area with the information that we got from the sheriff? Because I think that's our only lead.
That
Thought the
sounds,
destination
that's
was
like the
the-
only lead that we have. Yeah.
Headquarters, swing by Daronia. If it looks like the world's on fire, maybe see what's going on there.
Right.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
And try to
Check
suss
on
out
my
the
mom.
headquarters.
Okay. So you're going to swing by Daronia, but eventually head towards this seam hideout?
Mhm.
Yes.
Okay. So you kind of like spend, I would say probably because this is a big morning, a couple more hours talking through your shit, making a plan, and deciding and just because we're on a bit of a timeline, I think you decide that you're going to keep that boat, and you're just going to take the boat around the like landmass where Daronia is, and pass by the docks sort of where Bill had his like stand and stuff, and if like you can see into sort of Daronia a bit from there, and if it looks okay, keep going around, and then you can kind of go around to where you were told the Seam hideout is. So that's where we'll pick up next week, sort of like getting on the boat and heading south.
We're gonna start at the boat.
Yeah.
Can I recon like maybe finding a message cookie so that I can message my mom when we get close, just to see if she's okay? I feel like MK would ask for that.
For sure. I think that in town, and this is how your mom found out, there are... So sending stones are the way that people communicate around here, and not everybody has them. They're pretty rare, but I think there's probably one for like, you know, maybe 2 or 3 for all of sort of Shorehaven. And you sort of like get on the horn, and like one was sent with your mom and a few other clerics from here. So you send a message. What's the message you send exactly?
Hey mom, it's me, your Fruit Loop. I am on the way to Daronia. Are you okay?
You get a message back. Hello, my darling oatmeal. It's so lovely to hear from you. Daronia is having some problems right now. It seems like, there's like some sort of a magical effect, or some people are saying lack thereof on the people here, and they're all in a bit of a tizzy. I'm okay. They've sent in a handful of clerics from around, and oh boy, that Sylvan Shore, he's a great sheriff, oh boy. And handsome too. I don't know if you had a chance to meet him. Anyways, I digress. I'm okay. I think we'll be okay here. We're just trying to keep everyone in their houses for now. And they're sending some missives off to Amos to see if they can maybe get some more professors in here to help us out. But thank you for checking in. See if you can borrow the stone, and I'll keep you in touch.
Okay. Then I would ask for the stone.
Yeah, and we'll end on this. Roll me a quick persuasion check. If you...
Okay.
This is going to be a DC 18 because there's only a handful in the town.
Oh,
Can
I cast guidance on myself?
Sure.
Yeah. You can guide yourself.
Can I offer the help action for, you said it's persuasion?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Oh, thank God.
It's like my brick, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What is guidance? D4? D6?
D4.
D4. Okay. I never use that. Oh!
Good.
19.
Nice.
With much haggling and a little bit of fancy talk from Staci, you are able to borrow this sending stone from sort of the city council here in Shorehaven to take with you so that you can continue to be... So the sending stone is one message every 24 hours each way. So if you sent one and she sent one back, that'd be it for the day. So that's it for today.
Cool.
And that's what we'll pick up next week, sort of like heading off, getting back in your boat with boat language. That's going to be great.
Oh, yeah.
Vote it out.
Great. Thanks, everyone. That was so fun.
We did it!
A lot.
We got back on the rails.
Still
That was
alive.
We're
Back on the rails.
That was a big episode.
Look at us.
Thank you, Abria.
Praise to the Lord of Bria.
She actually liked that tweet, by the way, and I did do a you could see it. Like she
I saw
actually
that.
liked it. I did a little squeal in the morning. It was fine.
It's so fun.
It's amazing.
Oh, amazing. I love that.
Little starstruck. That's awesome.
Wonderful.
Who is Abria?
Abria Iyengar is like the star in the entire TTRPG world. She's guested on like Critical Role, and she's run stuff on Dimension 20. She's now running stuff on
She's wonderful.
The Adventure Zone. She's just amazing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the
Yeah.
Quiddy. That's the
Yeah.
handle.
Yes,
Yep.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
I only know the handle. I thought
Yeah.
that was her
She's
name.
amazing. She's taking over all TTRPG
Literally,
things in this
like,
year.
it's
Like
wild,
this
and
is
I'm
the
not
year
mad.
of Abria.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she seems really cool.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Um,
Yeah.
Amazing. Thanks, everyone. That was an amazing episode.
So
we got
good.
2 left, and I'm saying it right now. There's going to be cliffhangers among cliffhangers, but I feel like
Okay.
now you've got some lore. You're
Got some
getting
lore.
to at least sort of know
Yeah,
what
for
you're
sure.
looking for,
Mhm.
maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
And and quick reminder before we go, I will say there's still a ton of books in House Billy and Jessup still alive. You're only going to find out so much with the 3 or 4 books you grabbed, but it's a good start. And you're off to the seams, so you'll probably die, so
Yeah.
it won't matter in the end.
Right.
There's that.
We'll just throw the books at them. That'll stop
Literally
them.
throw a bucket. Okay.